if you late, welcome back to Man Down Sports. As you can see from the thumbnail, we got another good topic for y'all. And as you can see from the rundown, we got
not the intro.
topics.
That's not how we intro here.
Well, no.
This is the Man Down Podcast.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Not even 30 seconds.
It's gonna be one of those. All right, let me get prepared. Let's do it.
We in there, man. We in there.
You don't even know how to come back from that.
Yeah, man. Hey, I bounced back like a rubber band, man. So we in the house. We 7 squares. Did I count that right? 7 squares?
Yes.
4 plus 3.
7 squares, yeah.
Good
4
math.
plus 3. That's good math. That's better
Hey,
math.
that's how math works.
That's how math works.
That's exactly how it works.
Hey, you got to make that a shirt. That's how math works.
Could have been 4 minus 3.
Yeah.
It's
I
like
see
that.
That would have been one, Corey. Corey, that would have been one.
No, right, but
That's
it's
not
math.
how
though,
math
right?
works.
It is math. Subtraction is a part of math, Jay.
But that not
4 minus 3
how
wouldn't
many
have been
squares
7.
is it?
But
4
it
minus
would have
3.
been. Well, I'm just saying. You said that's how math works. No, it works the other way too.
So there's only one of us here.
Oh,
No, there's 7. But
That's
I'm
definitely
saying
7.
it can work the
So
other way.
So it couldn't have been 4 minus.
It's math, fool. That's what I'm talking about. Shut up, Chris. Fuck.
Technically, that is how math works, but that's not
It
how many
is.
people are here. That's not how that works.
Shut up.
Okay, so 4 plus 3 is 7. We got 7 squares, not 8 today. We don't have a guest today, but we do got several topics that y'all gonna like, and we got to go in depth a little bit on the NBA stuff, man, because the season just started. We've already gotten to a week, almost 2 weeks of games. You know, most teams done played at least 4 games, but some teams played 6 or 7 games.
oh,
You know what I mean? So we starting to see things shape out, and we can make some judgments. So we go sit here and give all our predictions today on the NBA, man, on the awards, on what we think the playoff picture gonna look like, which teams we think are on top, which teams we think are in trouble, all that good stuff, man. So it's gonna be a good conversation. We'll take phone calls on probably the first 2 topics. Probably won't take phone calls on the last 2 topics. But hit the like button as you come in.
do that.
Can we shout out the members? Dominique, you ready for that?
Let's see if I can pull up this list. I'm sorry.
Oh,
I didn't see that in our agenda. I thought we were moving quick today. I'm sorry. That is very telling.
Why she's pulling it up?
Why don't you just shout out the numbers for me? Okay, now I feel something. I feel like I'm being attacked.
I got
feel
it, Dominique. I got it.
The is crazy.
right, right.
that was
Thank you. Everybody felt that.
That was insane. Like I'll tell you.
Like, I was in trouble right after this. You guys already
It's
know.
all right, man. This already gone. We've been here for 3 minutes and 40
literally, Mel just literally what he did was, he noted that to file, right? Like that's going in my file to the HR manager, and it's just gonna be like, Dominique did not read off the members of this.
Y'all trying to mess my
Friday.
reputation up, man.
Hey,
Friday,
HR, we gotta do HR. We gotta do HR. Ain't that right?
Nah, that y'all
here.
slandering my name, trying to make it seem like I'm some type of. Come on, man, don't do me like
That
that.
kind of retaliation.
Don't do me like that.
Nah.
All right, so we had some members rejoin, so we appreciate that. So Andrea Williams at the All-Star level just rejoined. James Reed, right hand cam, he's been here for a while. Also at the All-Star level, Demetrius Day, All-Star level, Mikey Brass, All-Star level. Taco Master, he's on here twice. He's at the pro level. It's not that serious. Daniel Berry Sports, Beast Mode Bones, 33 Shuggy, Cedric Franklin, the real Mr. Cropper, Ida Tomlinson, E. King, Steve Calvert, the Joker 687, Scott Merriweather at the pro level, Unspoken Voices, Taco Master again, 6'4" Slim, Keith Brazell, Savon Arnold, Ryan Walters, Jay Barrett, WW Shay J, R Bean, Jeffrey Guyot, Shy Rider West Side of 23, Ashley H, Michael Tafoya, Wizman Ballin, Malachi Israel, and that is all our members. We appreciate y'all. We got some more content coming for y'all soon for members only. And this episode is also brought to you by Underdog. So make sure when y'all play Underdog, especially if it's your first time, you're using our promo code Man Down Sports. But here's a word from Underdog. Underdog Fantasy is the best place to play fantasy sports. I want to tell you about the easiest way to get in on some NBA action with Underdog Fantasy and their pick'em game. Just find your favorite player, or any player for that matter, pick higher or lower on that player's stats, and you can win up to 20 times your money in one night. Pick between 2 or 5 players to fill your pick'em entry. Get every pick right, and you can net yourself some serious cash. Use the promo code Man Down Sports and get up to $1,000 in bonus cash. Plus, now that it's football season, you can follow Man Down Sports as we reveal our favorite picks from week to week. Like I said before, pick your favorite player, pick higher or lower, choose your dollar amount, and win some money. It's just that easy. Make picks, win money. We also want to thank Underdog Fantasy for partnering with us, and we want to thank you for helping the channel out by using Man Down Sports on Underdog Fantasy. All right, man. Any last minute alibis before we get started?
Oh, this is gonna be a good one.
It is, man.
This about to be a good one. This about
What comment?
y'all already
Hey, I seen it. I seen
Yes.
the
This
What
gonna be
comment? Hey, shout out to Posh King for the $20 cash out, man. I appreciate you, brother.
Britne, should can we pull that one? I don't know if we can
I
pull that
don't,
one up.
I don't know. I don't know. If we
But it's
can.
such good wordplay.
What was the comment?
It is, but woo, that's crazy.
Ain't nothing crazy. I'm gonna bring it up.
Okay.
Sucks in the D. Bronny can pop out and finish all over. Sheesh.
I don't know. We should have brought that one up. That's crazy. Ooh.
Sheesh.
It was. I proofread it. I proofread it.
Chris, that was very action packed.
It was,
Yeah.
wordplay was crazy.
That's
That was
insane, man.
crazy.
That's insane.
Y'all keep running on the brain.
Sheesh.
I don't
Anything?
even think Brian is not even on the list.
Which
Paul.
one?
He's not. He's
Sorry.
not. We might briefly discuss him once we get to the predictions when we talk about the Lakers. I'm pretty sure we'll discuss them a little bit. But for the most part, probably not. But anything in the news, or are we moving?
Only thing that I want to point out in the news is, did y'all see? Because we had discussed it before, what Joel Embiid said. I know Britt definitely seen it. We were giving him flack, and KG was giving him flack about missing the back-to-backs and not playing full games. Britt, did you read what he said?
Did I hear what he said?
Hear what he said or read it? I read it. I didn't actually listen to the interview. I read it. How you feel about it? Let him know what he said. Let him know what he said.
Well, I kind of said it before he did, although I don't have that type of media platform for me to
blast it
say
like
before, right? To blast it like that. He basically got tight with one of the Philadelphia writers. I think his name is Marcus. Can I say his name? Well, it's out there. Marcus Hayes, for coming at him, and he said everything I did for the city, I played hurt. Y'all gonna think I don't want to play. That's not the case. Like, I'm really am injured. But he went off. He basically went off. So real quick, I kind of agree with him in a way. The city of Philadelphia is tough, and it's mainly the media. Philadelphia media is probably hated by the Philadelphia fan base more than anything. So, and what they put out there is unfortunately louder than what the fan base really feels or really thinks. So
that's fair. Do anybody think that I think that he was really injured. I don't think that he was saying I can't play. Mm-hmm. I think that he's not healthy enough to play back-to-backs. I mean, if you watched him, he gets hurt every season. So I think he's not healthy enough to play back-to-backs.
I think the situation is when he does play hurt, when he's injured, and we could see that he's injured, he's trying to give it his all, he gets criticized for it. So I guess his mindset is, well, I might as well wait till I'm 100%, and then I'll put myself out there. And I agree with you. So you keep criticizing him, either which decision that the team decides to go or he really decides to go. But if it's up to him, he'll play. He got swelling in his knee. Nothing you could do if you got swelling in your knee. Right.
Yeah. I just think that he's a big dude, tall dude. When you are a big dude with lower extremity problems, your diet gotta be on 10, bro. You gotta change something. Now, one thing I'll give Draymond Green credit for, because he changed, you know what I'm saying, his whole eating habits once he got into the league. And I think that's the only reason he stayed in the league. Is because he changed the way he ate. And I think JoJo got to do the same thing, man, because like it's always the lower extremities, like his knees, his ankles, his feet. Is and you got to take some of the weight off of that.
So that's a lot of big men that ends up being like that. But if I blame anybody, I blame the organization. The organization to me is the one to blame. Because they didn't get fired for him getting hurt. They got fined for them not being transparent about what's going on.
Yeah, I would like to see like I didn't understand why Kawhi and Embiid was trying to play in the Olympics, both, knowing they couldn't finish the season healthy, and you just got healthy, and you could have been doing something different for the summer versus trying to go out there and put more strain and stress on your body. I would have loved. I mean, and Kawhi left the Olympics and still ain't ready for the season.
Still ain't ready for the season. For one game.
Yeah,
I think it's really a good point that you mentioned, though, Mel, because I think that's exactly why they tried to play in the Olympics, because they can't stay healthy for a season. They know the likelihood of them truly contending for a title is not there, and so they wanted that. Something, a badge of honor, a chance to compete for something that they could win, that they knew that they could get at a high honor.
Yeah, I mean, with Joel though, like his injuries be so like they're all over the place. Like, I mean, come on, man. Broken orbital.
The freak injuries.
Bell's palsy.
Palsy in the middle of the season.
This is one time knee strain, another time, like the time he was playing on that strained knee, he could have just took the time off 2 weeks and healed that strain, but he went out there and played on it, and then somebody and he dove for a ball and somebody jumped right on his knee, and that's what put him out for the season. And then he came back in the
Kamunga from the Warriors.
Then he came back for the playoffs and played with whatever, after that he had surgery on it. Like, I mean, the dude is playing, and it ain't
want to play.
Correct. Yeah. So I mean, I give him respect for that for sure.
Anybody else? Because that's the only one I wanted to absolutely speak on.
I think he just sit down to you 100% healthy. It's still early on in the season, so I'm not worried about it.
I think he's making his debut either Sunday or Monday too, right?
Yeah, he's going through 5-on-5 scrimmages right now to see how the knee reacts. So see if he could come back.
Yeah.
Luka missed 10 games every year for being fat. So whatever.
I just think it's going to be more than 10 games. And I feel like inspire or retire. And that goes for everybody. I'm not just saying this about Embiid. Kawhi is a part of that. Like, these guys, I want to see them play. I want to see them play full seasons. And if you can't play whatever it is the CBA is asking to do, 65 games, then you should be forced out so that other talent can come in and be, ready and available.
I mean, that's on that franchise though. I don't think that's an NBA problem to force somebody out. That's on that franchise. If the best player you got is Embiid, why would you force him out? I wouldn't force him out. Because it's still a business at the end of the day. And for like Ballmer with the Clippers, you buy this new stadium. Don't make sense for me not to have Kawhi there, because I know Kawhi brings some seats, or fill some seats up. So. Hey, it is what it is. That's what I got.
Not there.
Huh?
He's not there though.
Yeah, but he will be there.
He'll eventually be there.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't even remember. I don't remember him playing.
I think Kawhi seriously considers retirement after this one.
You think he should, or you think he is, or both?
Both.
I mean, it depends on what the issue is, though. I mean, for Jonathan Bender, for Brandon Roy, for Greg Oden, for the doctor to sit here and tell you, hey, you have degenerative knees and they're degenerating very fast.
Working
right? You know what I'm saying? You're always in pain. You're draining your knees before and after every game. There's nothing we can do. Like, when you got those knees, I think T-Mac ended up having something similar to that. When you got those type of problems, then it's time for you to go.
Mm-hmm.
I think Kawhi does have maybe some degeneration in his knees, but I don't hear about him just having swelling that he has to drain every game. I don't know if it's like that. I don't even see him playing with a knee brace when he comes back.
About him having to drain his knees.
Yeah, it's constant inflammation and
What
swelling.
that's the issue now. Yeah, that's the issue now. But that ain't what it was all the other times. His knee was just giving out on him without no type of notice. Like he wasn't dealing with swelling and stuff like that. But
well, as somebody with bad lower extremities, man, hey, if you can't do it, you got to just stop doing it. Like half doing it is you're not doing yourself any favors by half doing it,
and you're only making it worse by being out there anyway.
Facts.
Yeah, you gotta know when to fold them. And for Joel, like, how old is he reportedly?
30.
I think. No, he's 30.
So it's probably 37.
We be asking this shit like we ain't got Google.
Nah, but Google. Nah, I get why he asked that. I know that system well. I get why.
Y'all so they're gonna stupid. Man.
Seriously though.
So let's assume he's 37. Let's assume he's 37, man. That's like
they be lying.
Yeah, they definitely be lying.
They be lying like no, I ain't gonna say that.
Yeah.
Little league baseball.
Y'all about to get Ibaka to come at y'all like he went at Kendrick Perkins for saying something like that. I know what y'all trying to imply.
I am 12.
Got a goatee.
Yeah.
All right, man. Let's go ahead and get into this Ron Harper interview, man. He was on Stacey King's, which was a former teammate of his on the Bulls. I think his podcast is called "Give Me the Hot Sauce," and I guess it's good marketing for him because he actually make and sell hot sauce. He got his own brand of hot sauce, man. So his podcast, "Give Me the Hot Sauce."
Underrated.
Yeah, he had Ron Harper on the episode, and there's 3 sound bites I want to get into, man, because I really love a lot of the things that he said. And the first thing he said was pertaining to the Warriors and their 73-9 team and the Bulls and their 72-10 team. And people have done this before. I just don't think we've done it. I don't think we've done it on here. I don't think we talked about if we think the Warriors got a shot to play Michael Jordan's Bulls, the 72-10 and the 73-9. So I'm gonna play for y'all what Ron Harper said, and then we'll get into it.
Yes, sir. Tell him, Stace.
Yeah, we mentioned the 72, which held up for a record until Golden State got 73, but they didn't win the title. They didn't win the title. So you guys are the greatest.
Say it right now. Say it right now. Say it right now. 73-9 sound good, but 72-10 has a ringtone.
That's right.
Yes.
And you got to finish the journey. You got to win the championship for that to be legitimate.
It don't mean a thing without that ring.
That's right.
You can't be the greatest without that ring.
That's right.
Yep, I agree. And it's funny, Ron, because it's always, you hear these guys talk about, Golden State would have beaten that Bulls team. I'll be honest with you. All the Bulls teams that we played on would have beat them. We'd have beat them.
What?
In a game. And they think they can beat that team with Steph Curry. And here's what the problem is. Here's what the problem is, Ron. I said, okay, first of all, Ron Harper 6'6", Michael Jordan 6'6", Scotty 6'7". That right there just cancels out all your guard play right there. Okay.
Just ask me this: who is Steph Curry gonna guard?
Exactly. Because you can't hide him. You can't hide him against them.
I'm rubbing the post.
That's what I said.
Any chance I get, he gonna have to get some elbows. I mean, if they play these modern day rules where you can't breathe on a guy, well, if you're talking about our rules, it's too physical.
Do you think you guys would have been able to adapt to their rules?
Stace.
I know you could.
Original big guard team. We could adapt to any kind of style of basketball they want to play. And the problem with today's game is if you shooting 63s, that means you're gonna miss 30 shots.
Yep.
We ain't gonna beat you on the 3-point line. We're gonna beat you on that 2-point line.
Yep.
You're gonna have to play catch up basketball the whole game. If you keep missing 8 threes and make 1, 2 here, miss 6, 7 threes, we're gonna go get 2 points, 3 points at the other end.
Yeah, see, that's what I always said about is that they would have a hard time matching up with not only the big guards, but you'd have a hard time matching up with Tony Kukoc. You'd have a hard time. Dennis Rodman would have made Draymond Green lose his mind. He might
He'd be ejected in the first quarter.
He might have been ejected.
Hey, Dennis Rodman put Shaq, Alonzo. They forgot about trying to play basketball. They just want to fight him. I just want to hit him. I want to slap him. They forgot about the game. Like, okay, we got him now. They forgot about playing basketball.
All right, man. So it's a lot to unpack there, man. I guess the main thing is who you think will win, right? Then getting into like the specifics of it, like he mentioned, who's Steph Curry going to guard? How would Rodman and Draymond, how would that dynamic go? And you know, all the things that you can kind of think about with that situation, man. Just let's dissect it, starting from who y'all think will win.
Chicago. I got a question before I answer. Are we placing this game in a certain era?
Good question.
I don't think it really matters because I think Chicago can adapt if you play now, and Golden State couldn't adapt back then. They wouldn't be able to adapt back then.
I agree that the Bulls will be able to adapt. I just lost my train of thought. I'm sorry.
No, so I think what Corey is saying is that if the harder era to play in is the one with the more physical play, the hand checking, they don't have the rules to allow more scoring. It's more crowded in the paint, and they could still figure out how to get it done like that. I think that them transitioning into an era who got all the space in the world, you don't have to try to get all your points in the phone booth. You can't physically defend MJ and Ron Harper and Rodman and Pippen, who already knew how to play in an era like that. It'll be a breeze for them, right? They will adapt much faster. And we're not saying that Steph wouldn't be great in that era or Clay wouldn't be great in that era, but that adaptation to a harder era and more physical defense will make their game at least shrink a little bit. And what it would do for the Bulls will make their game expand a little bit.
And like Hot Pot Gravy said, mentally and physically destroy Draymond. I think the mental part is the biggest key. Like he would be in his head so fast, and we've seen Draymond crash out millions of times. He's a crash test dummy.
In game one, Rodman and Draymond will both get ejected and suspended for the rest of the series.
They cancel each other out.
I don't know about Rodman.
Nah, right? Because whatever level of lunacy Draymond tries to go to, Rodman to go there too. So the ultimate thing for me, it comes down to coaching, right? You can break down what the teams are doing or whatever, but Steve Kerr is a disciple of Phil Jackson, which means he learned from Phil Jackson, and Phil Jackson didn't necessarily have to teach him everything that he knew. You get what I'm saying? So Phil Jackson can beat his system. You know what I'm saying? Steve Kerr only know what he was taught. So I think that would make the biggest difference before you even get down to, hey man, who's gonna stop Jordan from getting to the rim? Because that 73-9 team, that like their rim protectors wasn't the Shaqs and Olajuwons of the world, and they couldn't stop Jordan from getting to the rim. You get what I'm saying?
Correct.
So yeah. Nah, it's too easy. Bulls in 3.5. They won't even have to get the 4.
Not a sweep. They got to get one game. Even Utah got 2 games.
But Mel, how did they
have trouble with Utah?
Listen to me. Listen to me, guys. Listen, the Utah team that lost to the Bulls would beat those Warriors in 6.
I'm telling you.
Yeah, I mean the Cavs beat them.
The Utah team that lost to the Bulls would beat the Cavs in 6.
Yeah, you might be right.
That Utah team was really good. They just ran into something that was
perfect. I mean, they had the perfect offense at the time. They had the perfect offense at the time until you played him.
That Utah team was the reason why Shaq couldn't get to the finals until Kobe showed up.
Yep.
Talk that talk.
Kobe and Phil. I mean, Shaq had all stars. He had freaking Nick Van Exel. He had Eddie Jones. Then he had Rick Fox. He had Eldon Campbell. That was that. I mean, they had Twin Towers down there.
And Don Nelson was the coach, wasn't he?
Nelly.
No. With the Lakers, I want to say they had Dale Harris because that's
Dale Harris.
Dale Harris.
Yeah. Dude, so them two people, Don Nelson and Dale Harris, they share the same mental space in my brain.
That makes sense.
We talk.
The third one is right there too. Rudy Tomjanovich.
Rudy T. Tomjanovich in that category.
Yeah.
We talking about slowing down Mike. Who's going to slow down Scotty?
Nobody. This team.
Nobody.
I think Clay would have better success with Scotty.
Ain't no way.
Remember? No. Because that year, everything has to be in the bubble. That year, Scotty had back problems. Scotty wasn't Scotty in the finals.
Jay, you had me at 3.5.
Yeah, it still would work, but Scotty wasn't Scotty in the finals.
3.5.
Okay. I mean, honestly, they only need 3.5 players on the Bulls to beat the entire Warriors roster. So, I'm here for it. Like, honestly, they don't win a game. And I would even go further to say that almost every single team in the NBA would have beaten the Warriors going back to maybe 1980.
Not every team.
There weren't that many teams, Mel. And I would say every team that was in the finals, that'd be a conversation. Like if you take all the teams in the finals, every single team. I know it's a hot take. I'm gonna go with every single team. If we're saying that the Bulls, they don't even need half the players on the team to sweep them, I am gonna say almost every single team. Maybe not the worst, scrubbiest team, but I'm going to say majority of the NBA teams going back to 1980, they're even probably going to be.
It was some bad Hornets and bad Heat teams.
Yeah, I can't say that one.
I'm okay with you guys disagreeing. I'm just saying that's my take. I'm standing on it. And I don't think the reason why, and here's my reason for saying it, is because the Warriors cannot handle pressure defense and Steph Curry cannot. That's their best player on the team outside of Kevin Durant. So, who else is going to be able to step up on that team? No one. Draymond Green cannot score at all. So there's no help. Nobody can help the Warriors.
Yeah, Kevin Durant wasn't even on the squad.
Oh, I'm sorry. So then so I'm going to go with the worst teams in the NBA is going to be able to beat the Warriors. And the reason why I'm saying that is because once you disarm Steph Curry, because the best defender on any team in that era on any team is going to be able to disarm Steph Curry. He cannot handle pressure defense. He couldn't handle it that year.
Dominique, slow down.
I'm not going to slow down.
Every team, Dominique, ain't no way.
Let me finish my
take.
Hold
on. Every team?
I'm going to go with every team because all you need to do.
1980?
I'm going to say the reason why is because
that's a blind sits in spades. That's a blind Boston in spades.
All you need to do is disarm Steph. And that's all that needed to happen in that series. When the year that you're asking about the 73-10 team, if you ask me about Kevin Durant, I'm not going to have that same take. If Kevin Durant's on the team, that instantly changes things for me. I'm not saying that you get a game with the Bulls, but I do think that they have a chance of beating other teams in those eras that played pressure defense, tough defense, and had skill. So when you combine everything that the NBA is doing now on top of playing real basketball, like dogs,
Dominique, listen.
You're not handling the Goon League. Steph Curry's going to fold.
We all with you on that era being a tougher era.
Right.
But and you're saying something that is true.
80s was worse.
That era was tougher. That's true.
The 80s was even worse. That's
Dominique, a blind Boston is wild. A blind Boston.
Blind Boston is wild.
I started thinking about heard anything after blind Boston. I've never seen
you pull off a blind Boston, the loser got to retire immediately.
Yeah, like that's it. That's
sorry.
it.
I'm sorry.
When
Like,
did the 3-point
80s and 90s, any team beating the
60s?
Warriors 73-10 team that lost that in the finals, I wish they weren't
I
even
love it, Dominique. Dominique, I love it. I love it. I love
They
it.
shouldn't even be able. They
Hold on,
should.
so let's challenge. Let's do a challenge. Chris, pull up the 70.
I got the rosters. I got the rosters right here.
Hold on. So pull up the Warriors roster.
I got both.
Dominique, give me a year, and I'm taking the worst team that year. Give me a year.
The worst team that year in 1980.
19. You want 1980? The worst
1980.
team.
Who was the worst team?
Oh man, come
did
on.
Did they have 8 teams or did they have 12 teams?
Because you know good well in 1980 they didn't have no daggone 12 teams, man. Come on.
How many did they have?
They had about 25.
Hold on, wait.
That's why that blind Boston is crazy.
So, and to answer Brittany's question,
what was
the
my question?
3-point line was added in the 79-80 season.
Oh, in the 80 season. So the 80 season was first?
The 79-80 season.
Damn it. So I should have won 70s because
the 70s. Okay.
Can't do anything outside of the 3.
The worst team in the league was the Dallas Mavericks at 15-67.
Okay.
What year?
In 1980.
All right. What was their roster?
What's their roster? Talk to us.
Hold on. I'll tell you. Daryl Allums, Winford Boynes, Marty Byron,
Winford Boynes. That's my guy.
Austin Carr, Brad Davis.
Austin Carr. Oh my God. Austin Carr.
Michael Davis, Ralph Drollinger, Terry DeRoy.
Drollinger. Yo, do you guys remember Drollinger though?
Stop, you dragging it. Dominic, you dragging it. Dominic, you dragging it. Stop. Dominic, stop.
There's that roster right there of a bunch of people you ain't never heard of.
Stand on business, Dominique. Stand on business. What I'm talking about.
My man, $1,000,000 Drollinger.
Hey,
I commend her for
the rainbow jimmies on that ice cream, boy.
You know what? Hey, Dominique, you know what? Hey, no, I like the way she did that. No, I like the way she did it. Since you standing on it, Dominique, I'm with you. I'm with you. You don't want me over. You don't want me over. I'm with it. I'm with it.
Hey, listen. Boy, when Corey started naming that roster, I was like, who the hell are these guys?
I love you guys for real.
Yo, the second name. What was the second name again, Corey?
Corey,
Winford Boynes.
Winford Boynes.
Hey, man. Hold on, man. Hold on. How you spell it? I'm going to see how I can get a picture of him. What's his name again, Corey?
Winford Boynes. W-I-N-F-O-R-D.
You know that that's an ascendant of Harrison Barnes, right?
Not Barnes, Boyens.
I just want to see what this man look like, yo. I want to see what this dude look like, man.
I told you the main guy is Drollinger.
Hey, Zoe.
What?
So in 1977, the Lakers drafted a damn chair.
I know. That's what I was looking. I was looking at it just a second ago. Like they were just doing.
Okay, all right. Winford, bro, I got his picture, yo.
You got the picture because I just pulled it up too.
Let me see.
This is the dude that's gonna be guarding Steph Curry.
You got the strap. This we're gonna strap.
Hey, how you spell the Rollinger name?
Hold on. Who?
Rollin or Drollinger?
Leave Gabby alone.
This man, a team led by Will Clapp. Will Clapp is
Chris. The first name is Ralph.
That man was born in 2006.
Rollinger. Drollinger.
Oh man.
Oh,
that man was not born in 2000. That did not say that for real.
Oh, Will Clapp?
I pull up Will Clapp again, man. Wait, hold on, come out.
He was not born in 2006.
He was 61.
48 years old. That man, what is
where does it say his birthday at?
Yeah, I don't know. Oh, she just made that up.
Age 27.
Will Clapp.
Oh, man.
Oh my God, boy, y'all so daggone stupid, man. Oh my God, man. Anybody else got anything on the Warriors and the Bulls, man? Like, don't nobody think the Warriors would win?
No.
I think it's like I was alluding to earlier. I think it's whatever era you playing. If you drop them in the Bulls era, I think the Bulls win. But if you bring the Bulls out to this era, I don't think it goes the same way. I think
crazy.
Man,
the only adjustment the Yeah, the only adjustment the Bulls would have to make is they would start Kukoc instead of Luke Longley. It'd be Rodman Kukoc and then 6'6".
And you got 6'6",
wing.
Yeah.
Yo, listen.
And the Bulls have a much more reliable bench, though, Chris.
You also got to take it to.
Is
You also got to take into account that in this era they're not playing with the same physicality that they played back then.
So you
they
can't.
don't.
Michael Jordan advantage the GOAT. You don't think the GOAT has the advantage if he can't be touched?
They don't.
Imagine MJ can't be touched.
Yeah, that's it. That's it. MJ
and
Pippen and Kukoc and Harper. Harper's a problem. Every single guy on the Bulls are crazy offense.
Yeah, do you know what Randy Brown would be in this era right now? He's better than Bruce Brown. He's better than Davion Mitchell. Mm-hmm. He's probably better than any backup point guard that's on any roster. Randy,
better than number 9 for the Lakers.
So here's the thing, right? So I'll put it to you like this: the Bulls. It's not saying that the Warriors are going to dog them and shut them down. But I think you bring the Bulls to this era, it unlocks the full capability of what the Warriors offense could do. So they're going to be faster, they're going to run at a better pace, and it's going to be a shootout. So while your score,
I have a better question for you, though, Chris. Honestly, I have a better question. I have a better question. The Warriors 73-10 team, they lost to the Cavs. They lost to the Cavs.
73-9.
Whatever. I'm sorry. 73-9. Excuse me. They lost to the Cavs, and the Bulls beat the Cavs that played that year.
What
can the Bulls beat? Can the Bulls beat the Cavs? Do you think that they could beat the Cavs
that year? The Cavs that beat the 73-9 Warriors.
Mm-hmm.
Well, yeah.
So you're saying that LeBron and Kyrie would have beaten the Bulls? The 72-10 Bulls.
Well, hold on. Just to add on to what you said, Dominique, I'm gonna ask you. I'm gonna just throw you this lob, Dominique. What did the Cavs do that gave the Warriors problems so they can beat
them? Talk about it. I know what they did.
Go ahead, Dominique. I want you to finish that out. That was a lob. You're supposed to. Yeah, if I throw a lob, you're supposed to. I can tell you ain't never caught no alley-oop. Golly, man.
I thought you were posing it to Chris. I'm sorry.
No, I lobbed it up for you to dunk it.
Zoe is ready.
You want me to do it again?
I want Zoe to dunk it.
All right. Okay. All right.
He's got it.
Yeah. Everybody know the dunk after you miss it 2 times in the dunk contest. The third one don't. But exactly. I try to lob one more time. Zoe or Dominique, what was it that the Cavs did that gave Steph and the Warriors problems?
They allowed them to play physical. They allowed them to play physical, which is exactly plays right in the alley of the Bulls team.
Like, that wasn't where I was going to go with that, though. But that's a good. I mean, yes, we've been saying that, right? That there's physical defense, but to me, even more than that, right? Because you're saying, Chris, that the Bulls would not survive in like today's heavily offensed league, right? That in this era that the Warriors offense would suffocate the Bulls, but in fact it's the Bulls offense that would suffocate them. Michael Jordan they don't need as many dribbles as any of the players on the Warriors teams need in order to score, and they move the ball. So the Warriors move the ball and the Bulls would still have a better offense than that.
Mm-hmm. Well, look,
they don't need as many moves. They don't need to they wouldn't be able to even swing the ball as much as they would be.
Bro, they is gonna foul out
because of how defensive the Bulls are.
They're gonna foul out. All of them are gonna foul out because everybody's going to the cup. None of that matters.
That Warriors team is not even athletic enough to move on defense.
Do y'all remember Steph Curry's stat line during that his averages during that series? All you have to do for that year is turn lights on and make them bright, and he couldn't handle the pressure.
The defense wasn't just turn the lights on.
No, it was the lights.
Bright lights.
Turn the lights.
Like LeBron beat Steph, Chris. That's all I want you to recognize is that LeBron, a serial loser in the finals, beat Steph. So when you have a serial loser beating Steph in the finals, what does that sort of make Steph? He's not serial like LeBron, but how in the heck could that team beat the Bulls?
Let me play what Ron Harper said about the arrows, because he was actually about that as well.
We were talking before we came on about the state of today's game. Most games turn into 3-point shooting contests. Teams are shooting 40, 50 threes. What is, do you enjoy today's game? And what are your thoughts on the way the NBA has evolved?
No, I don't enjoy today's game. I really tell people this, and they tell us that us old guys hate on what today's ball game is. If you can really understand what the game is, if you take 100 shots and you shoot 63s and you make 20, that's a very low percentage. If you shoot 62 and you making 40 to 45, that's a high percentage. So they got these analytical guys who ain't ever touched the basketball or play. And you want to tell us how to run what the game that we do? Steph Curry didn't ruin what basketball is. Steph Curry and Klay Thomas can shoot the lights out the basketball. If every team had two of them guys, we can talk about this.
Yeah.
But when you shooting 32%, 28 from the 3-point line, and you still out there jacking up threes, if I'm your coach, you're going to hear this sound.
Yeah. Somebody coming out. Somebody coming out.
Let me talk to you, buddy. As MJ say, you're playing hard, but you're hurting me.
Yeah, you're playing hard, but you're hurting us. You're hurting us.
I need you to give me some 2-pointers. I need you to give me some two. I need you to play some defense, give me some 2-pointers. I don't need you going 3 for 12. Now, if you're gonna make 8 for 12, shoot them. Well, we talking about you making 4 for 18. The Boston Celtics shot 61 threes in the first game. That's like me and you going to play horse. And we're going to see how many threes we're going to shoot and make. If you shoot 61 threes, God damn it, you better make half of them.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, I don't know.
But they ended up with like 28 or something.
Yeah.
The Celtics?
Yeah, they tied the record. They tied the record of makes.
But I'm just saying, like, I'm not the smartest guy in the world, but today's game, and everybody run the same offense.
Yep.
Draw and kick, face, draw and kick. You get right in front of the rim.
Yeah, throw it to the 3-point line. Yeah.
Yeah. Or 3-on-1 break, run to the 3-point line.
Oh, man. Hey, you got 3-on-1 break and shoot a 3. You better go in the hole.
Yeah.
You're going to hear that.
now checking in.
Get him. Listen, I don't mind, but better go in the hole. Because we can get a 2-point for sure.
Yeah, 3-on-1. You see it every night. It'd be 3-on-1, and no one goes to the rim. They just run right to the 3-point line. And they'll miss it. And you got nothing out of that trip down the floor.
And they think that is cute.
Yeah.
They think it's cute. Like, no, I'm not. I don't know about you guys, but I take a 2-pointer all day.
Me too.
I take 2-pointer all day. But today's game there's no inside. It's just all outside game. It's only if you can do it, you get 2 points that way. But it's no diversity in what the game's supposed to be like. I'm pretty sure James A. Smith is rolling over in his grave.
Yeah.
Dang, this man said James Naismith rolling over in his grave.
He said something like that.
Yeah. Y'all got it. But look,
with his peach basket.
Don't this sound familiar? Haven't we been saying this for like years on this podcast? Yeah. He said draw and kick. We say drive and kick. Drive and kick. Drive, draw the defense, kick. That's it. High screen and roll, drive and kick. Everybody's doing it. 5-man out. Look how Wemby is 7'4",
and they got him playing on perimeter,
and he plays like a guard.
Yeah, like a guard.
I don't care if you got the skill. There's nothing better than you being at the rim. I'm trying to get you at the rim as much as possible. This dude had 8 points against Chet Holmgren against OKC. Can't get put up, dude. Just go in the paint. He's shooting threes left and right. It's insane. These dudes don't know how to play basketball. They don't know how to play against physical. They don't know how to strap up. And the IQ is just horrible the way they think the game, man. And everyone's saying it. They trying to hold it in, but every now and then it seeps out, man. What y'all thoughts though?
I just hate the fact that when they say stuff like that, like there's facts to prove it. It's not hating. You know what I'm saying? Like I hate that criticism is always hating no matter what. It's not as physical as it was. Like he's right. Like what he said was facts. Like that's what we're seeing. We're seeing it happen on the floor on a nightly basis. We're seeing the 3-on-1 3-pointers all the time. We're not seeing physical defense. The refs ain't even allowing physical defense half of the time. So, everything he said was factual. I just wish people
no mid-range game.
No mid-range game, no post. No, who's the best post big right now in the league?
Jokic and Embiid.
Jokic and Embiid, and who else?
The dude from Houston.
Nah, it should be Edie. It should be Edie. It should be Zach Edey from Memphis, but
I remember
Jay, why should it be Edie? Seriously?
Because he's 7'6", 500 pounds.
Yeah, he's gigantic. He ain't got no feet though.
Dude, that man looked like he looked like Andre the Giant.
I like him. We're gonna talk about him when we get to the awards, but I like him.
Yeah, I like
him.
him.
Where does this start at? Like, who do we blame for this? Do we blame the college level because this is the way the game is? Like, what level is it? The scouts? Is it like how do we? It'll never go back because they like this 3-point.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the thing of it is, Britne, everybody keep talking about the defense. We're not physical on defense, but if you're watching the game, they're not physical on offense. Everything is finesse. There's no physicality. So I think if you get people who are attacking offensively, that would have to bring back the physicality on defense, right?
You got to contest.
No, they legislated physical defense out by making the rules where you couldn't play it.
Hand check.
Right, they took they took it out. Hey, one of the things that stops a lot of this nonsense is defensive 3 in the key. Because what the reason why they did that was because we don't want a 7-footer at the rim stopping from someone like Ja Morant from getting a free drive to the rim or stopping LeBron from getting a free drive to the rim. Just adding that or taking that back out. You can stand in the paint all you want to. If you just do that, that changes half of everything, and everything else is based on what you allow off the dribble with with hand checking. When if you're doing the arm bar, you ain't even got to go back to the whole hand check, but the arm bar that they used to allow, the arm bar and defensive three in the key, and then the 10-second I mean all types of stuff they did, but they purposely did this. This was Adam Silver and David Stern.
Of course,
I got a question.
Sports entertainment.
I got a question. For some reason, I have maybe it's one of them Mandela effect things, but I have a memory of it used to be a foul if you had your back to the basket too long. Was that a thing?
No, that was a 5-second count. Yeah, 5 seconds back to the basket.
Do y'all think that if that was still implemented, that post games would be a lot different?
Wasn't that rule changed because of Charles Barkley?
He was one of the guys.
Pretty sure it was due to him.
Yeah, he was one of them. He used to get the ball in the post when he was with Houston.
Back.
Boom, boom, boom. Yep.
That was horrible to watch.
Yeah. It was.
No, that was good basketball.
He was so fat. It was just like that was the only way.
I don't know. It was a whole lot of boom, 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 pow.
It was the only way that he could score too. That's what it seemed like to me at that point.
It was the most effective because who gonna stop that? That man is built like a bomb.
Hey, so that was my whole bag.
My whole thing.
He didn't have no business getting the ball in the post that year he was with the Rockets. They should not been throwing the ball down there to Charles Barkley, man.
Right.
Only thing he could do at that time was rebound.
Mm-hmm.
All I know is I got excited the other day. I was watching the game and somebody did a jump stop and I got excited. How do I get excited from a jump stop? Because I don't see it anymore.
Yeah.
And it's
Euro J.
Right. I'm just like, oh wow, they actually did a jump stop.
Did y'all watch those?
Still in the league? Because I ain't seen that called in years.
But I mean, it might be, but it's only 3 people posting up now.
What call?
No, you remember 5 seconds close to go. If you D somebody up for 5 seconds and they can't move or whatever.
I never seen that was a college thing. I never seen it in the pros. I don't even know if that was in the pros.
I just think that part of why this is like this right now, like it's all tied together. It's all connected. Yes, Adam Silver legislated defense out of the league, but also, guys, how many players were actually playing for like consistent 20 years? back then the shelf life of an NBA player was somewhere around, it could be anywhere from 9 to 15 seasons. You know, and then when Michael Jordan leaves the league, it was kind of like they had to anoint LeBron, call him the chosen one, right? Kobe Bryant was in the league, but how many of those do we see? So when you open things up like this, you have, you know, I guess sort of a bigger selection, people that are actually allowed. It's kind of like the everyday man can play basketball. Look at Steph Curry. You know, look at Wembanyama. Basketball players didn't look like that. They looked like they look like people that, you know, they were born physically. They have all the developments, the skull, the, you know, arms.
Don't you do it.
Like they don't look like you could blow them over with, you know.
That's not true. That's not true.
That's
not true. Muggsy Bogues was in the league, and so was Spud, and so was Adams.
Do you remember how strong they were? For how small they were?
Nah, Muggsy was built like a
how strong,
Yeah.
how much they weren't puny.
Yeah, Muggsy definitely had a strong face.
And even
You're
if
right
it, like
about that.
Spud Webb, he was small.
Yeah.
Right. He was kind of
Athletic as
small, but
hell.
the
He
athleticism.
cut up though. There was cut.
cut.
Yeah,
You
that was
know,
cut.
Remember his vertical, how he was dunking the ball?
Dunking a
Yeah.
basketball.
We don't, and just I want to make one more point, guys, about this. These guys are so soft today that I don't think we ever heard, I don't remember 90s, 80s. I don't remember any athlete from those eras ever saying that it hurt to slam dunk the ball. In Starting Five documentary, Anthony Edwards is saying that. He's quoted. Podcast P, Paul George is complaining about dunking the ball. We see him go up with these weak, you know, even Jason Tatum, he barely finishes sometimes. In the Olympics, he was missing wide open dunks because they don't want to they're weak. The players today are weak. They're physically, like, they can't handle anything. Players back then, they were durable. Well, I mean, they built themselves to be that way. They worked harder. They looked like real people. Today,
you know what the result of that?
A lot of it
is you get the Michael Jordan and Kendrick Perkins fingers that are all over here when they talking.
Yeah,
That's
Hey,
what
you know who started?
look bad.
You know who started the soft dunk, yo? And it looked so cool when he did it.
Who?
Melo
yes,
would go with aggression.
And you make such a great point, because I think it start like, even with him and his agent, they're like, hey, if you play like this, you're going to be able to play longer. You're a little chubby. You're not going to do, you know, players are lazy now. They show up to the NBA with a dad bod. Carmelo Anthony was one of the first to do that.
Nah, yeah, Melo had seven different body types.
Yeah, Barkley stood up like that too.
We not finna just gloss over
not at
Eddie
first.
Melo era.
Charles Barkley didn't show up to the NBA with a dad bod when he was drafted. He was athletic when he first came. He became fat. He became lazy. Even Shaq. Remember how good Shaq looked when he first came to the NBA?
Nah, the first person to show up with a dad bod, Track the Trailer. You remember Track the Trailer?
Yeah.
Robert Trailer?
Yeah.
That was the first one.
Barkley, I think, was lazy though, because he
had
a conversation when he first came in the league. He was lazy because he had a conversation. I think it was with Moses Malone, and he was like, "Young man, you got to work harder. You got to do it. You got to improve yourself." So he was definitely known to be lazy, but
he just wasn't. He wasn't fat initially. That's all I'm saying.
Now,
he got fat.
When you're young, when you're 21, 19, 20, or whatever, you think that athleticism is going to be there forever.
Yeah.
And then when it go, your bad habits show up. You know what I'm saying?
That's a fact.
Vince Carter should tell everybody athleticism does not last forever. It lasts a while, but he had to change his game because that athleticism
started to leave, and it's not a coincidence. His shot got better as his athleticism left because he knew that's what he needed to do.
That run wasn't working anymore.
LeBron takes off. He takes his rest and he takes his break on defense so that he can exert himself on offense. I mean, guys have been doing this for so long now.
Yeah. Well, so we'll finish with this and then we'll open the phone lines up real quick, take 2 or 3 phone calls. But y'all talking about how the era was, the players was just better athletes then and and better professionals. And we already remember Dominique Wilkins and a lot of other people talking about Kobe being the last of a dying breed. He was the last of that kind. But you know, Ron Harper played with Jordan and Kobe right on the field, so he got a unique perspective, and he shared it right here.
Now tell our listeners, because you know, not everybody got a chance to play with MJ and play with Kobe. Tell a little bit about your experience playing with both those guys, and how close actually are they, and what separates the two?
Well, rest in peace to my boy Kobe, man. He probably as closer as anyone else to ever gonna be competing with MJ. He was a very complete competitor. He patterned his game, walk and talk like MJ and be like MJ. And them two became special close at the end of my career. And it was very, when you watch MJ and you see him, it's like the same thing. What I tell people, what was separate Kobe from MJ? MJ was about 230 pounds. Kobe was about 210. And you know, the physicality that MJ played with on the offense end and the defensive end will wear him down some. But as far as athletic wise, the same fadeaway, the jump shot, the mid-range game, Kobe had all of that and will compete until the end of the day. And love to play every day, all day, like MJ.
Wow,
you guys.
Now tell.
Yeah, I like that he said that, man. But we ain't got to drag that. We can get into the phone calls. I open the phone lines up, and then I get into these super chats as well because I missed some of those. Nino Action Jack Jackson. Thanks for the $10 super chat. O2 Lakers sweep the Bulls. Interesting.
Sweet.
Taco Master, isn't Steve Kerr a huge factor in this matchup? Coach Kerr knows everything about the Bulls. Sure. I mean, I think everybody knew about the Bulls in the triangle. You know what I mean? But can you stop it? Because
everybody got a plan to get punched in the mouth.
Exactly. And what the triangle does is it reacts based on they got 3-4 different counters to based on how you defend it. You know, so it wasn't just a accidental basketball where we were spreading the floor and driving and kicking. That's different. But when I get the ball in the post in that triangle and I got a backdoor option, I got a off ball screen option. I got so many different options that can go. I got a dribble handoff, all types of things that can happen based on how you defend it. And we all know those actions. That's tough to defend. It don't matter if you know it or not. Brian, $5 super chat. Regarding today's play style, is it the players or is it the coaches? Don't the players play the way the coaches tell them? That's a good question. Who want to answer that one?
I think the coaches are stifled by the way the NBA wants to be played. You could just look at Popovich. The offense he's running in San Antonio now is not the championship offense that he ran.
Yeah, that's a good point.
I think the coaches dictated by the players, though. It's just a different era.
Exactly.
Hey, listen. Well, one player said, he's the coach. I forgot which coach was talking about. He said, "Man, they told him, Rick Pitino. They told Rick Pitino, said, man, look, if we play bad, you get fired."
Yeah, simple as that. They
don't.
Ain't
nobody run no damn full court.
No coach dictates. If you think you about to come to the NBA and dictate, then you gonna have a short career in the NBA as a coach.
Yeah,
not gonna dictate.
I think it's a combination of things that, like you guys are saying, and some things that Mel has said in the past about refereeing. Right? It's a matter of what the NBA wants. You know, what the refs are, the direction that they've been sort of given, and also what the coaches are coaching their teams to, and when they're able to pull those levers. Right? So Ime Udoka, he was training and coaching the Celtics team that year, that finals run, to be hyper defensive, and they were allowed to do that, right, to Kevin Durant's team, but they weren't always allowed to do it, and they had to figure out, you know, what the refs were going to allow, when to pull that defensive lever and when to pull it back, so, and to work around it. So I think it's just like all those things sort of have to align, and players, coaches, everybody's got to kind of get on the same page. But some players are not going to be defensive, and the coaches have to then kind of coach the rest of the team to that, like what we see with the Mavs and Luka Doncic. I think it's situational on every team too.
All right, Funky Town on the line. Go ahead, bro.
Funky Town.
Hey, how y'all doing this evening?
We good. We good. You got 35 seconds.
I'm gonna take 45.
All right, good. You got it.
Hey, like I was saying on Dom's show last night, same situation. Harper was trying to tell everybody, he's trying to show everybody how far afield we are from what basketball's supposed to be, what the game of basketball is supposed to look like. It's not supposed to be a cookie cutter. Everybody looks the same way. Everybody's doing the same thing. You're supposed to have coaches that are there who are masters at their craft. They know what they're doing. They can figure out, make adjustments. We don't have that anymore. You got players who, again, your superstars back in the day were the ones who made adjustments for the personnel they got around them versus, no, I'm going to change and I'm going to make sure I got the personnel I want around me. And I'm going to play how I want to play. And so you got LaFlop up here picking out, I'm gonna run my offense wherever I go. He's never gone to got up underneath a good coach that was going to teach him and a winning system. No, he has to be able to dribble the ball for 20 seconds and then everybody else be ready to react versus I'm gonna get in where I fit in. So I'm gonna say it like I said it last night. This generation, and it's been for a while, from them not calling carries, from them not calling travels, for the softness of the defense, for not having defense be a real part of the game anymore, like trying to legislate it out. They've ruined the game that way, and that's the thing that, like I said, the WNBA is a better product to watch. Seriously, I mean, the NBA to me it's a bore fest, and it's been that way for well over 15 years, as far as I'm concerned.
That's a fact.
But yeah, that's how I look at it.
The whole thing of whether you watching, Groundhog Day, everybody doing 5-man out, high screen and roll, or you watching a team get absolutely hosed by the ref, and you can just see it that it's rigged right in front of your face, man. So. Between those two things, man, it makes it unwatchable a lot, man. But thanks for the call. And
Mel,
yeah, go ahead.
One more thing, Mel. I know you noticed what Harper said about the passing and how like how certain things they do as a regular were like, they were verboten. You couldn't do it back then because it was a lowest percentage pass.
Correct.
But they do it all the time now.
Oh, so you watched it. You seen the whole interview then, huh?
Oh, I watched the whole thing.
Yeah. Y'all gotta go check that out, man. Give me the hot sauce, man, because he went. I ain't even play all of it, but he was describing a lot of it, man. It's like going to school, man. Yeah. You should go check that out, man. I appreciate that.
Absolutely. Y'all have a great one. Keep going.
Thanks, bro. Yep. All right, let's get one more phone call. Shout out to my homeboy Brooklyn in the house, man. I just seen you in the comment section, man. Shout out to Brooklyn, man. Call in, Brooklyn. Let me hear your thoughts on this. We get one more phone call in. Maybe two if they quick. Maybe two.
Come on, y'all.
My dog Greg Anderson, what's good? So your witness.
What's going on?
What up, Greg?
Check this out. What's going on, y'all? Now check this out. I think the biggest problem in the league, like you said, it is the 3-point shooting. So everybody tried to adopt the style of the Golden State Warriors, and they didn't have the personnel. And I'm going to take y'all back to 2010 when the Miami Heat lost to the Mavs. What did they do? They went with that five out offense. Remember when he said Coach Spo went to Oregon, the Oregon coach, and learned to spread offense? Mm-hmm. That's what started it. And so I looked up some stats. 3-point shooting went from, in 2011, it was 18 a game. Now it's 37 a game. So It's like right now it's just like a glorified 3-point contest. And I just want to go. I just want to go back to one comment when y'all were talking about the 72-9 Warriors and the 72-10 Bulls. There's no way that team will beat the Bulls. As you stated before, the thing that gave that team some problems was physicality. You will neutralize people like Sean Livingston because he used to get off in the mid post, shooting that little mid range. But guess what? He can't post up Ron Harper because he's just as tall, just as physical, and Sean Livingston only $190.
Yeah,
with 2 rows of quarters in his pocket.
That's a fact.
That's a fact.
Yeah, so it's no way they beating that Bulls team because at the end of the day, I'm not putting my money on nobody except Michael Jordan because we to this day we haven't seen him lose in the finals, and to this day I've seen all the other guys lose in the finals. I'll take the comments off there.
Thanks, bro. Appreciate it.
I appreciate you, Greg. I got nothing for that. I mean, spit. I got nothing.
One last one. It can be Brooklyn or that California number that called in 3 times. I couldn't get you in. Whichever one y'all get in here first.
By the way, man, make sure if y'all haven't done it already, hit that like button. Y'all should have hit it when y'all came.
Or the button.
Yeah.
Don't ever miss that like button. Don't miss it.
Look, if you book.
I got a funny story about Button. Caller from North Carolina. Go ahead.
What? I don't know.
Yeah, nice try, Mel.
Nice try
with that bullshit. But let me get in with y'all, man, because I'm starting not to like y'all, dog. Last Friday, y'all knew to get the fuck off the internet on that whack ass top 10 list, and you didn't put Luka Doncic on the fucking list when we all know he's the best player in the world. Nasty work. Nasty work.
Which world? This guys, one or the next one? Not this world.
Yeah. Listen.
I am a diehard
I'm not even
fan. He was not.
I'm not even gonna go there. I'm gonna make this quick, and I'm gonna get out of here. It's kind of a double-edged sword with this, new school versus old. To me, I feel like the players in this generation got more skill in terms of, ball handling. They're able to create their own shot. They're more athletic. The guys back then, they were more physically, bigger and stronger. No Diddy. And they was more physical back then.
Right.
These boys they just got more skill in this era. I'm not lying. So it's kind of hard to say which team would win and all of that. I feel like Dominque kind of disrespected the Warriors. I'm not the biggest Kevin Durant fan. Like I said, he's one of the softest superstars ever. But him with Steph and Clay, they killing a lot of dudes, a lot of teams from any era. They killing them. That's too much offense. It's too much offense.
I hear you, man. I don't know what to tell you, man. I guess I can tell you just stick around for the my MVP ladder, my first official MVP ladder of this season, which I'm gonna update weekly every Friday, man. So yeah, you should stick around for that, man.
I'm not participating because I know it's gonna be Luka hate. And I'm definitely disappointed in my boy Sean Marion down there at the bottom talking about he a Dallas fan.
Sean Marion is
I'm like,
Luka at all.
What?
Not sticking up to Luka at all. They just putting dirt on my boy Luka now. And you just sitting there letting him do it.
He's fat. He's fat. He's fat.
He'll drop 40 on your favorite player. He'll drop 40 on your favorite player.
Sean
But
Marion
can't play defense.
I mean, but I love it. I love it when he drops 40. But if he gives up 42, that's a net average.
Right.
That's a net gain of -2. So it doesn't even matter.
But he takes you to the finals, so I don't get it.
But
and
he didn't.
Was hurt. He busted.
Did he climb?
It was top. Y'all thought Timberwolves was going.
How did it go against? How did it go against Boston?
Luka busted his ass.
How did it go against Boston?
Not on defense.
He was hurt. I didn't expect them to win anyway.
Luka
hurt.
All right.
What?
Boy,
Stop.
Now you're doing it again. I'm just gonna let you ride.
I don't know if he was hurt. Was he hurt or was he tired?
That sounds like Michael Parsons.
He was hurt. He was injured.
Well, okay. What was injured then?
He had a leg injury.
My
he had a He had a lung
Look
injury.
it up.
He had that leg injury after they crossed him.
I broke my
lung. Spinal.
Spinal. That's what his injury was. That's what his injury was right there.
He broke his mind.
Y'all some Luka haters, man.
Why we gotta be Luka haters just because we
I don't
like
like that,
defense, man? So we like defense, that mean we hate Luka? Or is it just Luka hate defense?
You put Jokic on the list. Jokic is a terrible defender.
He
What are you
is.
talking about?
He is, but so is Luka.
But Luka's better.
At what?
And what?
Hitting the buffet. It's only one thing that they do.
Y'all see after they beat. After
I heard
they,
he was really good at hookah.
Hold on. Did you see after they beat Minnesota when they were in the locker room and he had a beer and Michael Finley walked up on the camera and took the beer from him? Yeah, because you fat. You don't need any more yeast. Period.
It's true though. I call him Luka Hookah.
He don't need it.
He's smoking hookah in the office, smearing on.
Listen, but if he got a nutritionist and got in shape, he would score 40 every night. That's the whole thing. You have the means to do this. This dude just signed a big contract. You have plenty of money. Go hire a nutritionist, cook your meals for you, tell you what you can eat, take the honey buns from you, and take the beer from you, and you probably be a much better player.
He even got paid for his endorsement deals, Will.
I mean, you don't know how his genetics work. I mean,
I know. He every time you see he has beer.
Chris,
it's like Jokic.
This is a different level of cappery from Luka Doncic.
Come on, man. And listen, I love Luka. I love everything that Luka do for the Mavericks. He scored 40 points a night, right? That's fantastic. But if you're giving up 42, why does it matter?
You're not gonna guard nobody.
That's a daggone good point. Chris, you got an answer?
That's why he has to score 70 tonight to combat his lack of defense. That's not sustainable.
Appreciate greatness when you see it.
We're not Luka haters. We're just one-dimensional haters.
Yeah, basketball is always a two-way sport, and you can't be the best.
I think y'all
been quiet this whole time because
y'all contradict yourselves because you just said defense.
So how did it make you feel when he got fouled out in the finals?
Make it make sense.
Well, take Jokic off the list too. I don't care.
Take him off the list. Yeah,
I actually believe Luka should have been on the list. I believe Luka should have been on the list.
A top 10 player.
Dude, it's 10 players better.
That's it. That's the only reason
Jokic
why.
is a top 5 talent. That's not the problem. He deserves to be on the list. But I'm just saying.
I agree. Luka should have been on the list.
He don't play defense.
But I don't agree with nothing else that he said. So he actually arguing against why I thought Luka should have been on the list.
Yeah,
so Mel,
yes,
you
sir.
don't believe Luka is a top 10 at all?
I believe he's a top 10 offensive talent.
Offense, right?
Yeah, but as a player, if I'm saying a basketball player, I have to include both ends of the floor. Offense is 50%. Defense is 50%.
You don't.
If Luka is firing on all cylinders on offense, he's a 50% player because he's misfiring on defense. He don't have all 6 cylinders.
He playing in a league where defense is not required to be there. So I get how you want to judge him, but that's not the league that he plays in. He plays in the NBA.
Right, but I'm not judging him as an NBA player. I'm judging him as a basketball player. Basketball is above the NBA.
He don't play basketball. He play NBA. That's what I'm telling you. That's what I'm telling you.
I play NBA.
Well, if I was working for the NBA and I was judging him based on NBA standards, then I would use NBA standards. I'm using my standards of basketball.
If we making a list of the top 10 people in the NBA, we got to judge them off of NBA. Like that's just like us going to make a list.
I didn't have NBA. Look, it's based on basketball for me. I don't look at nothing.
You may as well get the top 10 best cookers. Like nigga,
I don't do nothing based on the NBA standards though.
But what I'm saying is they are NBA players. They not basketball. You may as well rate them on rate them on their punt, pass, and kick accuracy.
Not really.
Yeah,
not really.
That's as foreign as the basketball is to the NBA, is what I'm telling you.
Jay, if we had to do things the way the NBA did it, we would just watch ESPN. We would never start a podcast.
No. Listen, what I'm telling you is on a list of NBA players, he's top 10. Period. If you want to,
not as a basketball player though. My list was was based on basketball, not NBA.
No, you can't do a list on listen, you don't even know what they look like playing basketball. Play basketball.
Let's do this. Let's take NBA out of the question and let's do it based on international play when they went to the Olympics. That was my list. Luka's still not in the top 10.
Now, he ain't in the top 10 of that. That's you're absolutely right.
Okay, so like I said, you don't have to do it based on what you see in the NBA. I'm doing it based on what basketball is, and I'm not using an NBA lens.
The only thing you use
my
in
lens.
NBA are the people who are the characters that play in the NBA, but you base it on basketball. That's
yeah, but what I'm saying, the only thing I'm saying is you may as well rate top 10 best shoe game. Like it could be anything at that point.
So let me do it this way, because NBA is a governing body, and if I was doing a top 10 list of people that I know, top 10 best people I know, and I only see you at work, I'm not going to do it based on how you do what you do at work. I'm going to do it based on what I know about people in general. And yeah, if I only see you at work, that's fine. But I'm not going to say, hey, here's the standards and the laws and the everything he had to abide by at work, and I'm gonna judge him as a person based on how well he do these and how well he follow these rules. That wouldn't be wise for me. So the governing body is not what I'm using to judge basketball players.
But the government body is what the basketball players are using to display their talents.
Nope, that's their fault. But I can tell you this: if y'all do want the Luka Vandross t-shirt, y'all can cash at me $35 to the Man Down Cash App with your size, and then give me your address.
Shirt size. Make sure you tell them that you only want their shirt size.
Yeah. Only your shirt size.
You gotta clarify because this was Jerry Jones. You gotta clarify because if it was Jerry Jones,
y'all get y'all get that Luka long ago. That Luka Vandross, baby.
I do need that shirt though. That shirt is fine.
I need it. I wear it to a game.
That shirt is fine.
It might, but I think people think it's funny. They're like, "Where you get that?" You know what I'm saying?
They'll put you on TV.
Then the Man Down Factory has begun.
They'll probably put you on TV for that one.
Yeah. All right, Chris, we out, man. We about to move to the next topic, man. Thanks for the call, bro.
Luka in the top 10.
I mean, he might be, but he wasn't in my top 10
offensively.
Yeah, it was a collective list. Yeah,
y'all be wrong.
If I see you dribble,
y'all be wrong.
If I see you dribbling a basketball, you have to be able to play both sides of the ball.
How many players are in the NBA?
For you to be in my top 10.
480.
Okay, let's just say 480. So Luka's like bottom 10 NBA in defense, right? So let's say that's number 470. And then he's top 3 in offense.
Let me look right now. I mean, it's a sample size is small, but
he's not in the bottom 10 of defense, bro.
He's
that's middle of the pack defense. He's middle of the pack.
Okay, Jay. So let's say he's top 3.
Tell him out, Zoe.
The number 3. Let's say he's the number 3 scorer in the NBA. Number 3 scorer in the NBA, but he's number 150 in defense. What's the average? Is it in the top 10?
Yeah, hell yeah. Because he's head and shoulders. The top 3 offensive players are head and shoulders better than number 4 and 5.
I don't know.
Do I still got that list? Somewhere, Jay? Should I pull it up? No, we ain't got time. Hey, look, I'm gonna take this last call. Caller from Illinois. What's up?
What's up, my man? It's Rod. I'm calling from Chicago, dude.
What's up?
To say straight up and down, Luka, he is a top 10 player. Let's just be real. But it's because the league nowadays is just based off of offensive stats.
Okay, so that means hold on. So that means Trae Young is a top 10 player.
Yeah.
He's not a top 10 offensive player. He's not
gotta
top
be.
10 in offense.
Yes, he is.
Whoa.
Okay, so
It's
the way that the league is
offensive to
judged
hair
now-
the way that his
I'm
hair looks.
gonna sit back and let Zoe handle that.
No, I like the way you said that, but then the way the league is judged now is prestige is part of it too. So basically, you got somebody like Luka. He attracts a whole different crowd of people.
I don't care,
Trae
but
Young
that ain't
don't
got nothing.
that pull.
But look, that ain't got nothing to do with him. Nah, hold on, my bad. Zoe, please handle that, please.
Yeah,
There's
true.
way more than 10 people better at offense than Trae Young. I'm sorry.
Are you crazy? Are you crazy?
No.
What aspect of it?
First of all, to be a good offensive player, you can't have no gaps in your hair. Like you got to start off there. Like that man lose in the mirror. He lose to the brush every morning.
Not
Then
Jay
he try to grow it out.
Dominique, I thought it was just you. I thought
Not Jay jumping on.
It's like cradle cap. You guys know what cradle cap is, right?
All right. Real quick, Zoe.
Okay.
Is Trae Young better offensively than JT?
No.
Is he better offensively than Luka?
Same exact. Same exact. Same thing.
They on the
same level. Same thing.
Okay, no, this is the only question I got. Why do y'all think he is not on the same level? What does Luka do better than Trae besides be 6'8"? He does grab more.
Be an adult. He's an adult-sized human. That counts for something.
You know what? Him being an adult-sized human and Trae not being an adult-sized human, but still could average 30 and 10 tells me that he is the better offensive player. But we ain't got to talk about that.
It just tells us. So actually, guys, what that tells us, that's a great point that you make, Zoe. It tells us where the state of the NBA is.
That does. That is very
true. That's what it tells us. It doesn't. I think it says more about the NBA as a whole and the fact that players are not playing defense and the fact that these players are just not as good as they used to be.
Jimmy James. What was Luka in their last loss when they lost? He was 1 for 12 from the 3-point line in the game that they lost. Right now, Luka is averaging the most shots per game. He's shooting 27 shots, which is down from last year. He's shooting 27 shots just so he can average. What is he averaging? 26 points. He's averaging 26 points and taking 27 shots.
Yes, that's
man, everybody go through slumps.
His field goal percentage is 36% right now.
Yeah, you can't put Trae Young is 4 for 12 right now and then not look at Luka since we comparing their games offensively. Trae is who Trae is. I'm okay with that. One, Luka has the better team.
Hold on.
All I'm saying.
Go check it out. Hold on, Jay. This is the whole thing about Luka right now, though. Luka starts off every season like that because he's fat. He's not. Once he gets in shape, he's better. Every time at the beginning of the season, he's fat. When Jason Kidd first got here, he set him down for 10 games because they said he had an ankle injury, and he came back like 12 pounds, 14 pounds. It was noticeably smaller. You're fat. That's what it is.
Luka and Zion Williamson both need to go down to Dr. Miami and get their body done. Because I'm tired of them coming back
Zion
every year.
Man, we ain't gonna do that to Zion. Man.
Every year they coming back looking like somebody baby mama, man, and it's insane. We got to stop this, man. At least Trae showing up in shape every year.
He is.
Trae Young is the only number one in the league that is
that a shape,
rumored to be on the trading block.
I'm just saying his arms look like it's gonna break. Is that really a shape?
Come on,
really, Mel? You said he's showing up.
And so, man, I hate to pile on, bro, but this beard just make him look like he just trying to be an adult.
He trying to be an adult.
The beard just look fake, man.
He look like when the M&Ms put on a trench coat and try to act like they an adult for trick or treating.
Hey, we're gonna have to scratch that Nick Bosa topic, y'all, because we're already overstayed. Hey, Chicago, go ahead and finish your last. I cut you off a couple of times. I'm gonna let you finish.
So super quick, I wasn't even really trying to go in on the Luka thing. I just wanted to mention he was one of the top players. But based off how the league is, like Trae Young, real business, he could play on any team. He'll be good. Luka has to play that same type of ball that LeBron plays. They can only play on certain teams that's going to allow them to do that. So for what's happening right now in the league, they are both top 10 players. But Trae Young gonna get pushed down because let's just be real, they not playing for him, and he don't have the visibility. Now, moving from that, I know Dominique said something a little bit earlier where she said that the league is soft. That is totally true. The one thing that I do believe, though, I think that softness kind of began with AAU basketball. I used to go to all those different games all the time. Them teams went from being super competitive to just trying to let each other get off so everybody could get visibility and get shine. Once they did that, the coaches stopped really coaching for real in AAU. They used to coach hard in AAU. They don't do that now. It's just, hey, let the people get out there and get off. They get to the league, they get to college, they trying to do the same exact thing. Just get off where they can, and then they don't want to go to schools that's really going to make them work hard.
That's fair.
Only ones that make them work hard and they actually get in there and play together, you ended up in somewhere like Kentucky or whatever. But it's only a few of them. But the real thing that's happening, everybody is afraid of real, true competition, and that's what's really tearing the league apart. I watched how LeBron just walked in there the other day. They letting LeBron get rebounds so he could get triple doubles and pad his stats. When I play ball, dude, you don't just let nobody get. If you can't get the rebound, you can't get the damn rebound. That's just what it is. Like
I tell you what. Everybody on the Bulls team knew never to take a rebound from Dennis Rodman because that's what he got paid to do.
That's
right. So if I'm a big man, if I'm Oakley, if I'm Ewing, if I'm Dwight Howard, if I'm Yao Ming, if I'm Zoe Morning, if I'm Larry Johnson, Charles Barkley, you cannot be a guy that get paid to score the basketball, Kevin Johnson, Dan Marley, whoever you are, and come down here and take food out of my kid's mouth by grabbing my rebounds. And that's the only reason why I got a contract.
But here go the thing, though. Dennis Rodman earned that, and he hustled to get it. So he damn near was going to get it any damn way.
Yeah.
I watched LeBron let the ball bounce on the ground, and they let him get it.
And look, these rebounds are not impressive anyway because they're uncontested rebounds because everybody's standing at the three-point line. So if you miss a three-point shot, no one's boxing out to get the rebound. It's just falling in people's hands. So 8 of those a game is not impressive. Right, but I got to end the call, man, because we gotta move, man. We've been on this for a while.
No, y'all good. I appreciate y'all. I'll catch y'all on another topic.
Yeah. I said this last thing. Luka Doncic, he mentioned that he has to play that style to be as effective as he is.
Mm-hmm.
If he played in the early 2000s on Dwight Howard's team, he would be Turkoglu. If he played in the 90s on the Bulls team with Jordan, he would be Tony Kukoc.
Yes.
If he played on the Chris Webber team in that Princeton offense, he would be Peja Stojakovic. He's not all that. Dragan Petrovic is a better player than him.
Dragan is definitely better.
Yeah, definitely. And Petrovic or Petrovic, I say his name a couple of ways, but Petrovic is definitely better than him.
One of them is correct, but it's cool.
Stop freestyling on that man's name.
Chris Mullin is a better player than him. I mean, heck, I think Detlef Shrimp might be a better player than him, man. We fooled by this junk. Yes, we're fooled, man. Like we're fooled for real.
That's too far.
I don't know about Detlef.
No, Detlef. Go back.
Yeah, good moment.
What's that dude that said Trey?
Played in Dallas. Yeah, good moment.
He said Trey.
Jay Faze, dog.
When he said Detlef Shrimp.
Yeah, he went too far with that one.
No, I didn't.
But yeah, man, Luka is definitely. I mean, offensively, I look at people. I look at him as what he is. He is a ball dominant player, and he has to play in a certain style of way. Like they would the same point that he was making. Maxi Kleber had to do the same thing when it came to Luka get his rebounds. You know what I'm saying? Hey, we're gonna let him get that. You know what I'm saying? It's in your contract. It was a clause that you average under a big man, average under a certain number of rebounds. Why?
Jay,
why is that a clause?
Not Jay Zoe. You remember the 2022 playoff run where Jalen Brunson ran it because Luka was really hurt then?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
and they looked like a better team.
They did.
Yep.
They did.
He won 2 games by himself.
Yeah. They look like a better team.
Facts.
Crazy, man. I'm telling you, man. All right, man.
Great topic.
That was great. It was good. Ron Harper, man. We appreciate it, man. All right, let's get into NBA predictions, man. So 2024-25 season, man. We get to talk about all these squads. Man, where y'all want to start first, man?
Rookie of the year.
Well, hold on. Before we get to the awards,
all of us on this panel is the rookie of the year.
I want to give y'all. Well, I wouldn't say that. man. Edie.
Edie probably get it.
When Reed Shepard start getting minutes in Houston, he might. I'm telling. We'll get to it, but
you hating, Mel.
I'm not listening to you and no Bronny James.
We're not finna do. Okay,
no, I'm not playing with y'all. I'm not playing with y'all. But let me show y'all my power rankings so far after a week and a half, 2 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
And it is the Boston Celtics at number 1. Even though they did lose a game, right? But they was getting whooped in that game. They came back, took it to overtime. They just couldn't pull it out. But
that's because Indiana trash.
Yeah, defending champs. You know, their team back intact. They're still playing high power offense and defense with a great coach. A lot to play for, a chip on their shoulder, and they don't even have their third best player back yet in Porzingis. So that's gonna be big when he comes back. So Boston is still my number 1 right now. OKC, they're still undefeated right now. No, they lose. They lost 2, right? OKC,
I think they're still undefeated, unless they lost.
No, they're 4-0. They're 4-0. So OKC still undefeated. Led by the MVP from last year. I mean, I'm not going to acknowledge what the NBA said with Jokic winning it. We know SGA was actually the MVP. So the MVP of last year and probably this year as well, leading that team. Chet Holmgren playing at a high level. They well coached. Everybody plays defense. Everybody straps up, locks up, and all that good stuff, man. I think they're number 2. I got to give Cleveland.
Got to.
Their props, man. 5-0. Blew out the Lakers. Blew the doors off of them. They got 2 great defenders in the paint, Mobley, and it doesn't affect them because Mobley is able to step out and play on the perimeter a little bit. Yes, and guard on the perimeter. So, but they both huge shot blockers. With Allen and Mosley, and then you got
about to be 6-0.
Who they playing right now?
The Magic.
Orlando.
Without
P5, yeah. So and here's a shocker because I didn't have Phoenix in the first 2 or 3 games anywhere near my top 5.
Yeah,
but I seen something from them in the last 2 games. They moved them in there, and then Houston at number 5, coached by Udoka. Yeah,
over Golden State.
Yes,
I put the Lakers at 5.
Typical.
Yeah, I really put them. I put them at 5, yo. They started off 3-0.
Okay.
They started out 3-0.
And
then the 2 games that they did lose was to your number 3 and your number 14.
And they whooping some tail right now, but they're
not only that, they're 1-1 against the Suns. So they beat your number 4 team and your number 14 beat them.
Well, if that's the case, then put the Mavs at number 5. Because the Mavs lost to your 3 and your 5,
and that's their only losses.
That's their only.
Did y'all see that game with the Lakers and the Suns though? The Suns was beating them by 30.
Yeah.
They just went to sleep at the wheel. It was too easy.
I think JJ Redick is doing a way better job of coaching than any of y'all ever thought he would do.
Smoke screen.
Sample size.
He's just staying out the way. Let him coach it.
Smoke screen.
They played 5 games. I'm not judging JJ Redick on anything, but I don't have any belief in what he's going to be able to do. So anything would be better than what I gave him. So you might be right, Jay.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, man.
You might be right. I had to think.
I know. Did y'all know who his assistants were? JJ Redick's assistants?
Yeah.
He has real coaches as assistant coaches. One, like Chris's point.
Good coaches.
Good coaches.
Real
like
good
Chris, you're like spot on. And then also, I mean, look at these games. I mean, he got spanked in the preseason by 60 points. And I know you guys might say it's a preseason, but 60 points? The Lakers have not lost by 60.
Only 50. It was only 58.
I have him graded an F.
JJ?
Who, JJ?
I have him graded an F because you're doing okay. You came out 3-0. They're beating the Raptors.
Real quick.
The NBA is cheating for the Lakers right now.
Real quick, what do you have, Glenn the consultant?
I can tell you what the NBA got him at.
Do it
in purgatory.
The NBA got Glenn the consultant as a top, top 10.
Okay, hold on. Wait. Let's circle back.
You want to revisit this from 2 years ago? That was 2 years ago.
Was it 2 years ago?
Might have been. You weren't on the show then.
I was a caller.
You was a caller.
So no, this was the 75th year was 3 years ago. This was 3 years ago. And I said that I didn't believe Doc Rivers was good enough to be
on the list with some of these guys. Yeah, I remember.
And Mel, we had a conversation about it. And Mel kind of talked me off the ledge. I was like, all right, I concede this. Okay. And it turns out I was right.
I don't think you're right though, Chris. I do. So I think
up there.
Okay, he shouldn't be coaching now. I think it's time for him to sunset his coaching career. I don't think his style, I don't think his offense, his defensive schemes, he wants to play basketball the right way. He doesn't have, his style is antiquated for today. So he needs to retire himself, but he's not a bad coach. He's one of the most winningest coaches in NBA history.
That's a good point.
There's too many coaches who've never been able to do half of what he's done in his career. And I'm a little like that's
a bad argument. He's one of the winningest coaches in NBA history. LeBron is a serial loser because he lost in the finals several times. Both of them can't be your argument.
Yes, it can.
But
yes,
nobody's saying Doc is the number 1 and number 2 coach ever.
Exactly. I'm not saying he.
And nobody's arguing that LeBron is not top 15. We're just saying Doc is top 15.
All I said is he's not terrible. I'm not even getting into the ranking. All I'm saying is he's not a terrible coach, but I think he should be a top 15 coach. Top 15
of all time in the history of coaching.
The NBA thought so.
Honestly, I'm not prepared. I'm not prepared to rank coaches. I'm gonna be very honest with you, Jay. I'm just not on board with all of the heavy criticism that he's getting. Yes, he's been cursed. He can't get out of the second round. Okay, so many coaches can't get to the second round,
and they're not considered in top 15. I guess
they're also not considered terrible coaching.
But hold on, man. And I hate to do this, but this is my guy, and I'm going to defend my guy. Then you have this young black man in his first 6 games of coaching. He's about to be 4-2, and you gave that man an F.
You should not be saying that. That's all I'm going to say. You should not be saying that.
Okay? Wait. I was confused for a second. I was confused, and I got it.
She's hyper concerned and confused. Can you please go back to being the HR manager? Because Eric is not here.
Confused.
In his absence. Somebody's
calling JJ Redick a black man.
Exactly. You have to stop saying that.
She said you should not be doing
that.
I'm sorry.
I'm gonna stick this one out.
You should not be doing it.
Should not be doing it.
Just the look on her face. You should not.
Yo, that was gold, man. She said,
beautiful.
You should not be doing that.
She said you should not be doing it.
But hold on, time out. The craziest part of that whole moment is Britne was like, who the hell is he talking about? Britne face was.
I won't lie. I was.
So JJ is an F.
Look at Jeff.
Just because you use the N-word, don't make
That's right. That's right, Jeff.
He from the Bull City.
Thank you, Funky Town.
Y'all ain't been in the rough streets of Durham. Y'all don't know, man.
The Bull City.
Boy, y'all crazy.
I was about to get jumped outside the club one day, and JJ Redick stood up for me.
So you make really good points, Jay. I think what you're trying to say is like, can't say both, but they're not the same. They're, and I think Mel and Zoe, like LeBron is being ranked all the way up here with all that losing. We're just saying that Doc Rivers is a top 15. And additionally, JJ Redick, though.
If we're gonna rank them by championships, LeBron got 3 more than Glenn.
So I'm not just ranking them by championships, though. I'm not just ranking them by championships. JJ Redick is also graded an F because you know how much shit he was talking about Doc Rivers? You know how much shit he was talking about all the Darvin Ham about what he could do in that offense.
Facts.
He's
What
doing
he
it.
could do- Okay,
He's
but
doing
he lost 2 in a row and got blown off the floor.
Look, and here you go, Dominique. That's what you was telling me about, Dominique. 8 free throws for the Raptors in the fourth quarter and 26 for the Lakers. And the Raptors playing without Scotty Barnes because he broke, I think, his orbital bone.
Yeah, so maybe the Raptors. Too. I'm not watching the game. Maybe the Raptors are fouling a lot, man. That could be happening.
The Lakers are not. Because LeBron plays such great defense, he never fouls. He doesn't foul driving in the lane either. Yeah.
Y'all want to get into this my power ranking and then move to the Warriors? Let's do this, right? How much of this do y'all agree with? How much? I mean, who got something different?
I agree with 80% of it.
I would just take Houston Rockets and put the Warriors.
Warriors. Why the Warriors?
Honestly, what I thought was going to be a depleted kind of offensive team is doing pretty well.
Jalen Green is taking a step. In case anybody didn't see it.
Correct.
Jalen Green is nice.
Yeah, he's nice.
I don't think
it's seen him live.
I don't think it's the players. I think it's the coaching. Yes, Jalen Green is dead nice, but he's been dead nice. Ime Udoka is there. He's not playing around, and he hasn't been since he's gotten that team. So he's the real difference maker. The only thing that I would take off this list is Phoenix Suns. I think they're a first round knockout and not serious this season.
Who did Houston lose to?
This year?
Yeah. It's a trick question. I know the answer.
They lost to did they lose to the Lakers? Let me see.
Nope.
Probably Mavs.
Houston?
Yeah, who did Houston lose
Mavs
to?
yesterday?
Charlotte. Wasn't it Charlotte?
Oh my gosh, really?
The first game, I was there.
Houston got 2 losses.
Yeah, they do got 2 losses.
They got 2.
I know one of them.
Who's the other team?
Sure.
Who's the other team?
They lost to I'm about to tell you right now, I got it pulled up. They lost to the Hornets by 5, but that's a game that Melo had like a 35-point triple-double and just went nuts.
Watch this.
They beat the Grizzlies. They lost to the Spurs by 3.
There you go.
Then they beat the Spurs by 5 back-to-back games.
Listen, you
can't
can't be on the top 5. You can't be top 5 power ranking and you lost to Charlotte and San Antonio. Period.
I don't think that's a rule though.
No, that's a rule. If anything's a rule, it's that.
Yes, Jay. If Phoenix Suns went undefeated, I would still not have them on this list. I would still say that they were. Sometimes your record doesn't have to dictate your opinion of a team and what that they're going to do and what you project them to do.
Yeah, but we're not projecting.
Okay, but we're only talking
the first 2 weeks of the season.
He called this list
power ranking. We're talking about power ranking. So Mel is saying okay, but he has them up there not based on obviously their record. Based on what he's seen. Am I lying, Mel? You put that power ranking.
How do you rank a team?
Hold on, no.
Power ranking.
1 second, Mel. I know how you did that. You put that up there based on what you've seen and a mix of stats. It's not just about the record.
No, it's not.
Not just about the record. No,
it can't be because Boston is number 1 and they have a loss, and OKC does not. So it can't just be about
I don't.
You're trying to make it about just the record, Jay. That's all I'm saying.
No, I'm not making it about just the record. What I'm saying is, if you line up on the court and you lose to Charlotte and you lose to San Antonio, you've only played 6 games. You've lost to 2 of the who we know are usually going to be the bottom teams. Right now, you're not powerful to be one of the top 5 teams.
Charlotte's not going to be one of the bottom teams, and we'll get to that at some point. But Charlotte's I'm watching them play. This definitely ain't the same Charlotte team that's going to be at the bottom for sure.
I'll bet you whatever you willing. I bet you whatever you're willing to bet that they don't even make the play-in.
What? I don't know. The East looks.
I'll bet you whatever you're willing to bet they don't make the play-in.
It's early, but the East.
That's enticing.
I just think that Melo will be injured. That's why, not because that they.
But you got Brandon Miller too, though, and then you got Trey Mann. If Melo go down, Mann.
I like Trey Mann. I like Trey Mann, but Charlotte to do something like trade his ass for nothing in 2 weeks for no reason.
Yeah, perhaps not. It seems like they're making better decisions.
That's a huge jump to jump into play-in. That's an enticing bet, Jay. I'm not gonna lie.
Y'all can take that bet if you want to.
That is an enticing. I don't know, man. I mean,
Let's
like
look at it again.
Dominique said, the East is wide open right now.
It's wide open.
Let's look at the East.
Thanks for zooming in. I'm
Shoot,
blind.
that's the plan right there. That's all the way to the plan.
Thanks for stopping by.
Perfect.
Thanks for stopping.
4 games into the season, y'all.
Yeah, exactly.
We know it's early, but I
James-
mean, we still got to
James
top the
will-
power rankings.
That's how you know.
James will level-
So who watched the
After
game?
those
Of,
first,
I
after these first 20, 25 games, things will really start to level out.
That's true
and
too.
I think,
And that's
I think
why
the Hornets are gonna get out.
that's what I was gonna say. It's almost like the playoff rankings in college football. Like you don't get that to week 6.
Yeah,
like it's too early.
And it's a lot. I don't know if y'all noticed. It's a lot of people that are hurt right now. Like it's a lot of injuries.
Right.
P5 is down for about a month to a month and a half.
Exactly.
So
Even with the top heavy
Orlando
team.
might drop.
Exactly. Orlando's probably going to drop without P5. The Celtics, I don't know what they're going to do once Porzingis get back. You know, it may be an adjustment period either way, but they play good defense.
To the moon. To the moon.
They still gonna be
They're
at the top.
gonna try and beat that 73-9 joint. That's for sure.
the Hornets will outplay the Wizards and the Miami Heat for sure.
I think so. Right.
The Heat are habitual 8-seeders.
When Brandon
the Wizards and the Hornets won't be on this list though toward the end of the year. It just won't.
I don't think
Jay,
the Hornets
I
will
just
make it.
I just challenge you, Jay, to go watch the Hornets play a full
I
game.
watched them play the Hawks.
I watched that Hornets Houston game, and I watched another game. I watched the Hornets. I watched half of another one that me and you was talking about. I like that kid, man.
Man is definitely dope. When Brandon Miller comes back, man, that's gonna be I'm telling you, man. Seth Curry out there, Miles Bridges, the kid Ricard. Look, I'm telling you, it's and then you know who their coach is. They just got one of the dudes off the Boston Celtics staff, and he is a serious coach, man. This dude is serious, yo. He got them. I'm telling you, just watch them play. It's different. It's different.
Well. It is.
It's different.
I saw him against the Hawks, man. It's. I expected it to be a blowout, even though with Melo playing, just because I thought we had the better roster, from top to bottom with veteran leadership. But
they're competitive in every game that I've seen.
They're competitive.
But what I'm telling you is, man, all things created equal, the Hornets are going to hornet it up. It's going to happen. It's going to happen.
Look, I'm not mad at it, but I'm look at the teams from 4. Let's not talk about the Knicks because we all think the Knicks might be pretty, set for a playoff. But we talking about the Bulls, the Heat, the Wizards, Hornets, Hawks, Pacers. Like,
go down some.
Who you think go rise to the top out of that?
Go down some.
Brooklyn and Philly.
So you know what? I think the Bulls have a shot at being not top 4, but they can kind of like hang in the middle.
When Philly get healthy, they'll go up.
Let's not be prisoners of a 2-week moment, y'all.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's hard
let's not be prisoners of a 2-week
Let's
moment.
remember sample size.
It's a long NBA season.
This thing might be flipped upside down mid-season.
Right.
And
it probably will be.
And Detroit coming too.
Stop it. We wasn't even in the. Stop it. Stop it. Stop
It's
it.
not coming.
Stop it.
So
we sacrificed the Pistons for everything else in Detroit right now.
I like a lot of the Hornets players, but I think they need another year or two.
Another year or two to make the playoffs?
Yes, they're going to need another year or two.
Why? To make the playoffs? Because the East so stacked, right?
Is the play? We consider the play. I guess the play is the playoffs.
If they make the playoffs, they make the playoffs.
It would be considered the playoffs.
Who are you putting them behind when everybody's healthy? I'm sorry, in front of when everybody is healthy.
The Wizards and the Heat.
Probably the Magic too.
Dude, the Wizards are not. The Wizards are never serious,
and probably the Hawks as well. So if I take 8 for the playoffs, Cleveland, Boston for sure. When P5 come back, I think they probably fall a little bit for sure. But I think when he comes back, because he's only missing 4 to 6 weeks, when he comes back, they'll make a push. So I think I'm not saying this in order, but just 8 teams: Cavs, Celtics, Magic, Knicks. Those are the top 4 for sure. That's gonna be in the playoffs that I can bet on. Right. I think Philly would do okay when Paul George.
They'll be in it.
They'll be in the mix.
Right. So Philly will be 5.
3 more.
I think the Pacers would be 6. I think the Hornets would be 7. And then you probably could go Bulls 8. I don't think the Heat.
So you don't think the
Bucks? So Giannis and them not gonna make a playoff?
So you don't think the Bucks making it all?
Jay gain points because you didn't put the Bucks in there, and you didn't put the Bulls in there, who are playing really well. Zach LaVine is hooping. I know.
Yeah. No, I put the Bulls. I said the Bulls. I said the Bulls as well. Okay. I can go Bucks, and I can say Bucks might take the 8 spot, and the Hornets could be on the outside looking in. But there's also a possibility that the Hornets play better. But being number 9, okay, cool, right? But I'm telling you, they got a special squad.
I am not, y'all. I am not a Heat fan whatsoever. But if y'all think the Heat is not going to at least make the play-in,
yes,
I'm telling you this now. They're not going to look the greatest doing it, but they're going to get in. They might lose the first round, but they're going to get into that play-in.
You think I'm starting to lean towards the Jimmy Butler might not be there much longer.
He might not be there, but you think Pat Riley's going to let that team slide out of the play? Is that a pause moment?
That's true.
Slide out of the playoff, the play-in.
It might be out of his control, man. This team just doesn't.
When they get going, though, when they're healthy and they get going, they play.
Yeah, but how many seasons can you get away with that while you're constantly just playing from behind every year? Everybody else is getting better.
But I understand what you're saying, but it works.
They've slid back further every year that they done did that. All right, we're gonna get hot at the end.
That was like 2 pauses, Chris.
Man.
Damn, from
I'm
behind.
with Mel.
Britne before you.
I'm with Mel. I think that whole Cinderella story that he got going on is over. I don't think
it's over.
You don't really need a Cinderella story to get into the play-in. That's not.
And once
it's over for a lot of teams that y'all used to seeing. It's over for a lot of them. Y'all want to move to the West?
Yeah, let's do it.
No.
All right.
Yeah, put that same graphic up.
Oh yes, sir.
Now,
if you will.
Jay is very bossy today.
I don't know. There we go. All right.
This ain't accurate.
If you could be so kind to zoom in.
Dyslexic a little bit. My goodness.
That ain't zoomed in, Jay?
That's pretty good.
No, man, I
can see it.
There we go.
Lord have mercy.
Wait,
my man.
Wait, what?
Let's get it to at least 10. That's what we
know. We had it on 10 last time.
Jay, I don't even know why I even listen to Jay on that.
All he got to do is slide it up. Pause.
I tell him where my wallet is. He probably won't find it. All right. Thunder.
Yeah.
Facts.
Y'all think that's go hold out most of the season?
Yeah.
Yes.
They are who they say they are.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so who's finishing 2, 3, and 4 in the West, in your opinion?
So this. You know what?
So
Perry,
I think Phoenix can. I think their ceiling is 3. I don't think that they'll maintain this 2. I don't think they'll even crack to be number 1 at any point in the season. But I think, especially now they have true guard play. I think that their ceiling could be 3.
I got a wild one for 2. If all things remain like so, how you feel about the Hornets? I feel even more strong about the Kings.
I was just about to say the Kings.
When that shit clicks all the way for them,
it's gonna work.
The sky's the limit.
It's gonna work. DeMar DeRozan was probably a great
pickup.
I've never seen a more perfect move added to a ready-made team.
Yeah, that was a great move. Great move.
And what did they give up for? Or was it just a free agent signing? It was a trade, right?
I'm trying to remember.
No, I think it was free agent.
I think it was free agency because he had a choice. Then they were saying that he wanted to go, back to Cali, but they thought they was thinking LA. but sad.
Yeah. So I mean, yeah, they gonna get him some time to, you know what I'm saying?
Time to figure it out.
Yeah. And then, you know,
And
is De'Aaron Fox a point guard?
What'd you say? I didn't hear what you said.
Is De'Aaron Fox a point guard?
Yeah, he plays the point guard, but you know, honestly, what I've been seeing lately from them is a lot of their offense has been running through Sabonis. They'll give it to him in the post and he'll pass out of it because I mean he can't jump over.
That ain't nothing new.
Yeah, so I mean, so even though yes, De'Aaron Fox considered a point guard, and you got that bench with Malik Monk and Kevin Huerter, them boys gonna shoot.
I think the Kings transition to
top
what's
4.
I don't know about top 4. I think top 5.
I think home court first round. So yeah, I'd say top 4. That's their ceiling.
I would say
it might not get there, but that's their ceiling.
I would say the ceiling is 4, and I would say the floor is the 10th seed right where they at right now. Because we've seen that they can collapse too.
We go.
Man, Dallas is in the top 4.
Top 4 what?
In the West.
Of what?
I think they will be, probably.
You crazy as shit, Chris. Dallas is in the top 4 of the West.
Crazy thing is, so I think that they're a top 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 team, but I think they're going to stay at that 5th spot. I think that teams are getting more and more strategic about where they want to land in the rankings so that they can have the right matchups for the postseason. I really believe that. And I think last year they were at the 5th seed heading into the playoffs, and they had a fantastic run in the postseason that I think kind of wasn't expected, but now with adding Clay, they have that extra spacing on the floor. They're going to be dangerous.
Yeah.
Yes.
I tell you what, if the Grizzlies ever learn that Zach Edey is not like 4'11" guard, and that he's really a monster that you can run your offense through.
7'4", 300 pounds.
Yeah, like they can finish wherever they want to. But I'm not
sorry about how Ja Morant is going to utilize him. I think
they not now. Like I watched him the other night. That dude was like, he only had 5 shot attempts. And that's bananas.
They won that game. How does Klay Thompson look?
He looks fluid. It's fantastic. Offense. Yeah.
He had a record-breaking debut.
Yeah, he did.
In the debut game.
Yep. He's fluid. I mean, it's a perfect situation for him. All he's got to do is just stand at the 3-point line and catch the ball and shoot.
Catch and shoot. That's what he does.
Play a little bit of defense too, which he did last night when I watched him play. They lost last night though, but I like Dallas as well. But like how far can you go when your best player can't defend and your best player jacks up threes? Like that's his go-to shot if he can't get past somebody. If I can't get by you, I'm just gonna step back and throw a 3 up.
Well, at least
you can go
to the offense.
You can go to
the finals.
Yeah, but you can go to the finals, but with a lot of help. Look how many players.
With a lot of help.
That's why they get a lot of help.
Yeah, but hold on. Every year you're not gonna get that help, and we're seeing players that are very flawed get to the finals and sometimes win. In the case of Jokic and Giannis, but sometimes those players get to the finals one time and never make it back, like Iverson or Luka. I don't know if Luka's gonna make it back unless he get on the super team.
Yeah, I don't know.
The only thing is I think he might perhaps make it back. I'm sorry, Zoe, but I think he might make it back because I think the team is going to rally behind him. I think his teammates really like him and they want to protect him. I think Kyrie Irving, he loves being in Dallas. He loves the situation there. And I just see the way the team is willing to follow him. And the reason is because he's openly admitting, I don't play defense. I'm terrible. If you see him,
but you're not supposed to, like in real life, you're not supposed, that's not supposed to work.
I know. So, I'm just saying when you're humble, and it's not like he's like LeBron looking at somebody and blaming them for his own turnover or yelling at them to get back on defense when he's not doing it. That's all I'm saying. So he might get back to the finals again. I can't promise he's going to win. They might. And if he gets back there again, I think the NBA is going to force him, to get a title.
They ain't getting past.
I think I misheard something.
I didn't think.
Did we compare Luka to Iverson? I'm confused.
Yeah.
Please repeat that.
Yeah.
In which way?
Getting to the finals once and never getting back there again.
Damn, that's fine.
What team? What team? Don't you need a team for that?
A team that was suited exactly for what you do. Like, just because your team don't have names as far as players, they built it for specialized exactly for what it is you do. Like, if you would have gave Iverson a real co-star, he wouldn't have been that successful. He was successful because he was designed. Go ahead.
No, I disagree. He tried to keep. I can't think of his name, but they had a player when he was young. But yeah, was it Larry? It was Larry Hughes. He wanted to keep him. The Sixers wanted to trade him. So that was early on in his career. This is or if you want to say on behalf of the organization, then put it on the organization. Don't put it on the player.
What would I put on the player?
Then you just say
I
he can only play one way,
well,
which I disagree with.
I think my initial comment was that he got to the finals, or Luka got to the finals once. He won't be back like a star like Iverson as well. And that's a true fact. Iverson got to the finals once and he didn't go back.
Okay.
I think that might have been the only comparison.
Yeah.
That's it. Yeah.
I just said just clarify because I wasn't sure about exactly what you were comparing them in which way.
Well, she was about to put the ticket, boy.
That's why I said it.
I said, put a war behind it. Yeah.
You have to be very careful when we're talking about Philly. Watch yourself.
Watch yourself. It's not about that. But I think a lot
he
of
did have Stackhouse too.
Right, that they got rid of early on in his career.
But why though?
You got to ask the organization that. It's not because they couldn't play with him.
He
wanted to keep one of them.
When he got rid of those players, how did Iverson play? He played better, right, after they left?
Did he even have Stackhouse? I thought they got rid of Stackhouse before he came in.
No, he had Stack 1 year. His rookie year.
Was it his rookie year? Which one did they get rid of?
They got rid of Stack, and then they traded for. Did they draft Larry? They drafted Larry Hughes.
Did they? Let me look and see.
They drafted Larry. But the whole thing, and then he got Lou Will, but Lou Will was a high schooler. He was young,
he was a high schooler.
But the thing is, where Iverson, they had to get rid of Stackhouse based on them giving the team to Iverson because Stackhouse was there first. Here comes Iverson, and be like, okay, we got to give him the team. Stack, like, you can't have a player that's too good is going to compete with your best player for shots. There's got to be a hierarchy, and it's very hard to bring in a new guy and have someone that was there a year or two before him and say, okay, your shots are gone now, you're the number two. It's very hard. So they get rid of players strategically, just like when LeBron came in. All right, Carlos Boozer, you got to go. DeJuan Wagner, we're not bringing you back. Ricky Davis, bye. Like, you know,
D-Miles,
like Mavericks did Dennis Smith Jr.
Dennis Smith, yeah. We can't have a player that's going to mentally compete. Like, why are you giving him these shots? I'm better than him, or I'm just as good as him. You got to get rid of those attitudes, and you got to bring in guys that's going to submit to his leadership, and kind of what's the word I'm looking for? Yield a little bit. Yeah, you gotta have those type of guys. So that's why they was getting rid of people for Iverson.
That was a buzzword.
Yield.
Yeah, you got yield.
Hey, that's a good Scrabble word.
Let me tell y'all what. Let y'all hear what Draymond Green, who gets on my freaking nerves a lot. But I want to see if y'all agree with what he thought about OKC, because I think OKC can have a year like they did last year and probably better. And maybe they could be the team to get to the finals. I wouldn't want to be the Mavs and see them again in the playoffs because I think they'll be ready. But listen to Draymond on this.
They got a lot of Jalen Williams.
I love his
special. Chet Holmgren is special.
Crazy.
The one thing I would say about them is there's a certain readiness when you're ready to win, and I don't care how old you are. I won my first championship in my third year. Steph's 6th year, Clay's 4th year. And we used to joke around. We would pour water on a guy's head, and we would pour water on a guy's head every now and then. To win. and after the game, and we would do little stuff like that every now and then. Not every time, but the one thing I see with the OKC team that is a little alarming for me is like their post games, like 7 guys in the interview. Like there's a certain seriousness that it takes to win in this league, and there's a certain fear you have to instill in a team, in teams, in order to win. And I just don't know if they're instilling that fear in teams with all the bromance and stuff after the game. Like, bro, we all the bros, it's the homies. Like, that's cool. There's a time and a place for that. But after every time somebody's in the interview, you got 7 guys, 8 guys. Then you got the same 7, 8 guys with a picture with Josh Giddey right after they play. Like, again, I'm all for having fun. Like, it's an 82-game season. You should have fun. But you also have to understand when people are looking at you to be the team, and you have to understand when your moment is. And right now, I don't know if OKC understands, but their moment is now. Their moment started last year. You go out, you had that great regular season, your clock starts now. You're no longer the team that's just building through the draft. You've arrived. It is now time for you to take that next step. And I'm not sure that they quite understand everything that entails. You know, they understand the play. Them boys special. Like, they get out there.
They can hoop.
They go. They winning.
It's another level.
Britne, Zoe.
At first, I hate when Draymond. I won my first championship. Boy, shut your ass up.
He talked like he got a mouthful of spit.
Dog. That made me.
I won my first. It almost made me not want to listen to anything else that he said, but I'm glad I did, honestly, because I do think there is a point to what he's saying. I think that it's not completely false. I do think that he made a great point by saying, I don't know if they fully know what it entails. They can't. They haven't won yet. So they haven't experienced and know exactly what it takes. And that's a super duper young team. But when we talk about basketball, they might be okay because they can play basketball. Now, if that works for them, the goofy behavior after the game, like I said before, they're young. If it works for them, I mean, if they win by doing it, then Draymond sounds like an idiot. You know what I mean? But if they don't, then, he'll always, I told you, he's playing around too much. I think it's going to be different for different teams, especially, I don't know what they expect in this NBA. I don't know if the most disciplined and serious or team that you feared even matters anymore. It mattered in times like MJ's era, but who was the last feared team, honestly? So I don't know if it has some valid points to it, but I don't know how true it is. It remains to be seen.
People scared of Boston, though.
Okay, now that they're a little bit scary right now. They're a little bit scary, and they know what it takes to get there because they got there.
Have y'all seen the post games?
Yeah,
I have. I started watching it last year.
Last year they was doing it.
I mean, it's just camaraderie. It's the same thing before the game when LeBron got a handshake with everybody. You know what I'm saying? It's just they said, look, man, no one's gonna get the spotlight on here. We're a team with a dog pound, and we all go do the interviews together.
You remember when they went to somebody's high school, retired their number? They all went to the game.
Was it Chet? I think it was Chet.
Chet Hogan. It might have been Chet Hogan.
I think it was Chet.
His high school retired his number, and I think he's in Indiana, and they were playing the Pacers, so they all went to the game together. And that was pretty cool. You know what I'm saying? Like, I get it. Camaraderie is a big thing.
And these kids, they kids still. That's a young team, bro. They are really, really young.
They're good. They're very good.
They're really young.
I think that wake up call they got in the playoffs last year against Dallas, I think that might have been enough to kind of let them know, like, you gotta take this serious. We got to take every doubt out of it and play our game. You know what I'm saying? I think that because they got a taste of it, they were right there. They could have been there. And I think that if they would have made it to the conference finals, they would have beat Minnesota. So I think they understand the gravity of the moment. And I don't think, you can still have fun. And they're young, so they grew up knowing how to have fun with the game. But I think when they get in between them lines, I think it's a whole different ball game. I think they know the gravity of the moment.
Yeah, they got to understand they got to beat if they ever see Dallas again, they got to beat them and the whistle. Yeah, they got to.
Yeah. And the thing about Dallas, and I think it helped Dallas a lot. You know, you brought in a guy who got multiple championships, and he can kind of guide them in the right way, like how we need to win this. You know what I'm saying? And I think it's going to be, you know, it's going to be a whenever they play. Like when they're here in Dallas, I'm going. I just want to see it.
Let's get into these awards then. I'm sorry. Go ahead. Who was about to say something?
No, go ahead.
Oh, okay, my bad. All right, cool. What's wrong with Zoe?
I ain't hear nothing. That's why I was like,
I thought I heard something.
I think Mel, he had an echo right when he started talking.
That's what it was. I thought Dominique was about to say something, but yeah. So we're gonna get into the awards, man. We're gonna start with the MVP, and y'all know how I do MVP. I grade it based on the player's offensive value, and I grade it based on the player's defensive value, and both of those things should lead to some team success, right? So I really look at the teams that are performing the best, because that's a qualifier for me. If your team's not performing, then your stats are null and void to me. Your performance is null and void to me. So I don't usually pick teams that are anywhere below number 6, in their conference, right? So team success is huge, and then I measure your offensive value and your defensive value. So from that, I came up with my MVP ladder this week. I do a collective one next week with all of Man Down. I just did the ladder based on my criteria this year, all the time, and that's what I got. I got Tatum. Yes.
This is who you think should win, not who we think will win.
This is who I got. This in the first 6 games. This is the ladder I had so far.
Okay.
I don't have a problem with it. I would flip 1 and 2, but that's it.
Nah, I ain't taking JT
Nah,
out.
I think this list is actually pretty solid.
Shea is on another planet.
He is. He cooking.
So it's Tatum.
I'm not mad at this list, but
agreed. But
I think this list is pretty accurate.
I think it's pretty solid, honestly.
This is a good one, Mel.
It's always a good one.
I mean, this list would be the thing about this list is it'll change in a month, right? But I think your 1 and 2 will still be there. We'll see about 3, 4, and 5.
I think
definitely. I feel like the 2 will be there.
I think 3 has a good chance of staying there as long as they keep playing basketball.
He's gonna fall.
You gotta play.
They gotta keep playing the brand of basketball that they playing. They playing through AD right now. He's averaging 30 a game.
I got you, Chris, but if you blow on him too hard, he's hurt.
Oh.
That man got hurt 4 times against Phoenix.
At a pause moment, my goodness.
Ain't no pause. It ain't nothing about he can
blow him too hard.
And if you go to that dude and blow on his shoulder, that dude is out for 6 to 8.
Oh, you cleared. You changed it up the second time.
I did not change it up. It's the same thing.
We'll review the tape. We'll review the tape.
Flag on a play.
Flag
on a play.
He's
That's
out
a challenge flag.
That's what it is, man. The dude is soft.
Yeah. I don't know.
He's playing a good brand of basketball right now.
He plays a good brand of basketball whenever he's healthy.
That's
I ain't gonna say he's soft. I'm gonna say he's just injury prone. Not soft.
I take that.
Injury prone.
I don't think AD is soft. There's a lot of soft players in this league, and we know them. I don't think he's soft.
Every time you get touched, you get hurt.
Davis.
That's not soft.
No, that's just injury prone.
That's just injury prone.
I think if he had control, like some soft would be considered. I don't want to, go to the paint.
Ben Simmons, go ahead.
Which is kind of soft. He refuses to play the 5. I mean, I'm 50-50 on Anthony Davis when people call him soft, because there's some behaviors he has that, like, I think when he was playing, what was it? Was it the Phoenix game or was it the Cavs game? Every time he got hit or something like that, he was stopping the whole game, crying, needed a timeout. I don't know. Sometimes he plays weak and he, looks soft sometimes.
I think ooh,
is he as soft as Cat?
That's what I was gonna say. I think Cat might be
Definitely not. Like in
but
comparison to other people, I think he has toughness, and I think he has toughness. I'm saying at times he seems soft to me.
Does anybody have an issue with Luka and Jokic not being in the top 5?
Nah,
Hell
but
no.
Play
no,
defense.
and right now, no, I
Hell
have no
no,
issue
not
with
at
it.
I
all.
need
This
you got to
list
play
is
defense
solid.
to be on my list, and getting a Steeler
Harder the matter.
to by accident does not count as defense for me. I'm sorry, it just
Yeah, you
doesn't.
got to guard somebody.
And honestly, man, I would have. I know it's not top 5, but number 6 is P5 for me. I know this is
if he didn't get hurt, he would probably be.
And I'll probably put him 5.
Yeah, he probably be number 5.
I can't put 3 and 2 over 5 and 0. So I would keep Donovan where he's at.
Oh,
but P5 would definitely be 6.
I mean, as long as you're winning, I'm not saying record doesn't matter, but I'm saying you got to be a winning roster, and all of these teams have pretty winning rosters so far in this short seasons.
I think
So,
actually,
I wouldn't be mad at it.
well, the Lakers the only one with 2 losses. Everybody else is
got one loss or hadn't lost at all.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. All right.
Hey, I mean, I don't know. Kyrie playing good basketball right now, man.
Oh, he definitely is.
For
He
sure.
definitely is.
The media, man, it's media-driven awards, man. They'll never.
Yeah, you're right.
Not
You're right.
going to be eligible for another.
That's true.
MVP.
All right, let me start with Britne and Dominique on this. Tell me the teams. You give me 1 or 2 teams that you think. Oh, let's do this. Do one for each conference. Do one for East. Do one for West. Tell me who you think is in trouble.
One of y'all.
I'm thinking. I'm sorry. I'm thinking. I'm thinking of like in. Oh
Yeah,
gosh,
somebody we expect it to be decent, but
trouble.
it ain't gonna work out, and you can tell it ain't gonna work out. They are in trouble right now.
Eastern Conference. I'm gonna say the Bucks.
Mm.
I'm gonna say the
all right.
Bucks. They already throwing out. I
Yeah,
think
they are.
Dame is talking about chemistry issues right now. They're talking about Giannis is looking to potentially get traded if things don't work out. They may be starting over much faster than what we think.
It's their fault.
Their
fault.
I don't.
You don't fire a 31-13 coach for no reason.
You don't
And then do a rain dance.
You don't
the
trade
first game.
for Dame.
Yeah, that's true. Like, why get rid of Drew?
Holiday?
Kind of crazy.
Just to watch him go win a ring.
Watch him to go win. Do what he did when y'all won a ring.
And y'all was like, nah, we good.
Nah, we good on that. That's
You
insane.
keep Drew. You get a wing, I guess.
Yeah. But you don't, I mean, I
I'd
don't
be
know.
fine.
You got
traded
two
offense for
small,
defense
dominant
skills.
guys, man. And it's just like
That is very hard to it's hard to win like that. If you got 2 guys that need the ball in their hand to be their best selves, it's you're not gonna win, bro.
terrible.
I think
And one doesn't play what you need the most on the scene, which is defense.
Exactly. Yeah, Dame is not gonna lock nobody up. What Drew did for all those years, but it's your fault.
I actually agree with you, Brittany, that the Bucks are in trouble, but I think Mel, you specified based on what we expected. Like we were expecting them to be good or great, and we're already seeing that they're going to be in trouble. I'm gonna say that the Knicks are in trouble. I'm gonna say they're the most in trouble in the East because I believe they're gonna slide back and potentially be a first round knockout with Karl Anthony Towns on their team. And I think similarly for the Minnesota Timberwolves, I think they're going to take a huge slide back. And like they got the same kind of, I think Julius Randle was addition by subtraction last year for the Knicks, and they played better without him. Yes, they needed to solve for a center or having another big man in physicality. And I don't think that Karl Anthony Towns does that for them. Mikal Bridges helps. But they gave up DiVincenzo, a guy that can drop 40 for them at will in the playoffs. Karl Anthony Towns doesn't do that in the playoffs. We're going to see him play great. We're going to see him explode during regular season, but postseason, he's going to play like poop, and Julius Randle is going to play like poop for Minnesota on the West Coast. So, but the worst, I think, team in the West right now is Denver Nuggets. For them to lose to Clippers, James Harden, dad bod, That doesn't make sense to me. And to me, they are the most declined team in the West, the most disappointing in the West. Jokic is not who we thought he was. And
he's still getting numbers though. That's about it.
He's still getting numbers, but the way they look as a team is disappointing.
I think the key to that team,
the
key to that team is Jamal Murray. Jamal Murray has to show up. Like he has to show up for them to be successful.
But they traded away key players, critical players on their team that helped them during their title run. As soon as they gave up Bruce Brown, I knew that they weren't going back to the finals last year. And then last year, who else did they give up? KCP, a pivotal person in helping them. Like the way they look now, they're not beating the Lakers likely.
Another dude.
The way Jamal Murray looked in the Olympics is exactly how he looks now, and it's not good. So I don't see them going very far this year.
I got another team in the East. I know they my team, but I keep it real. I'm from Philly. We keep it real. Well, Philly, South Jersey. We keep it real over here. The Sixers are in trouble. They don't get healthy. If they don't get their mind together, they are in trouble. I mean, I don't mind going to go get Cooper Flag. I'm not saying I want to tank or anything like that, but they could be in trouble if they don't get it together. So whether that's the players or the organization, I can't stand the owner and Josh Harris, but that's a whole nother rant for another day. But as talented as Tyrese Maxey is, he's not at the point. I don't know if he'll ever be at the point where he could carry a team. That's just not his game right now. So you need a healthy Joel Embiid. You're going to need a healthy Paul George, because right now you got role players that's trying to be main guys. They're not the main guys.
I think both conferences are in trouble as a whole. When you see the Lakers come out 3-0, that's an issue. That goes straight to where the state of the conference is. I mean, teams are looking bad. Milwaukee Bucks, I didn't expect them to look good because they didn't look good last year with Doc Rivers. So, I think both conferences, there's a variety of teams that have so much work to do that have taken a step back from where they were last year.
Look, this thing about Denver is worse than we think, because the two games that they actually won, they had to go on overtime to win, and they was down big time in both of those games. 15 to 20 points in both games. Somehow both teams just let them off the hook. They went into overtime, and in overtime, the better player was able to prevail in Jokic. But that team is not. I mean, they should be 0-5, 0-6 right now.
Yeah,
that's how bad they are. I remember this summer, it was like a rumor that popped out that Mike Malone was unhappy with the front office, and no one could figure out why. And I was like, I got an idea why he's pissed off, because I can see what's going on. They won a championship, and this Denver team don't want to go over too much in the luxury tax.
That's exactly what it is.
That's why they had to let Bruce Brown go. They couldn't give him the money, but Indiana could. That's why they had to let Jeff Green go. These two guys was very important to them off their bench, right? And then they drafted Christian Braun and some other guy that they thought was going to replace what Bruce Brown and Jeff Green did, right? Trying to get cheap. They thinking that Jokic and Jamal Murray and MPJ is all we need. We can just add anybody around that. Jokic not that type of player. He's not Jordan, right? So now they're getting rid of all this help that they're supposed to have and trying to replace it with young guys. Is not working. Then they get rid of KCP, and now they're trying to bring in Westbrook to have a splash in the pan. It's ugly right now, right? Go ahead.
Sound like the Cowboys.
Yeah.
That's not a bad comparison.
That's what it sounds like.
It's over.
What happens now, though? I mean, like, they look like a shell of themselves. I think we can all agree of what they looked like when they had some assistance and they were playing a lot better, especially Jamal Murray. What now? Like, what do you go if your team just goes from 2 years ago winning rings or ring aspirations to what you look like now? Does a trade come? Like, what do you do when your team is like that?
If they can add someone with a trade this year at the trade deadline, they might. And that person that they trade might be Michael Porter Jr. They wouldn't trade Murray.
That's what I was thinking.
So Michael Porter Jr., because I think they just extended him maybe, or did they extend Jamal? They extended one of them this summer.
I think Jamal got a check.
Yeah, and I don't think Mike Malone wanted to do that. That's why he was mad at the front office, because he didn't want to do what they was about to do. Like, we can't like we need more players. We can't get him this bag.
Yeah.
And they did it anyway. So someone's going to get traded, and I think it's going to be Michael Porter Jr. And they're going to try, and they're going to look like crap in the playoffs again. And then next year,
you giving them a playoff chance?
They'll make the playoffs.
And he'll still win MVP on some BS, but okay.
Nah, he better not win it this year, man.
Watch.
My opinion is the Clippers. You finally separate from Daddy Laker. You finally get away from him, right? And then you come and put this trash on the court.
That was my team that was in trouble too. Corey was the Clippers.
But are they in trouble? Because James Harden looking good.
Come on, man.
We've seen this book before.
Yeah.
We've seen this.
I know I've seen it up front in person. So I don't want to see it no more.
Is it the book that is it the Malcolm X book that LeBron was reading upside down on page 1?
On page 1. Like he was into it.
You seen the book, but we didn't read it.
Hey, what he forgot to tell y'all that it's just like he could flip plays at 8, he could flip books at 8.
That junk upside down.
Wow.
But yeah, I mean, you lose Kawhi. We don't know how long he's gone, and even if you do get him back, the season might be too far gone to even have a chance to even scrape the play-in. This gives James Harden the opportunity to go back to Houston James Harden, but Houston James Harden also never won.
Chris, that was a long time ago. That James Harden is gone.
Exactly. So like this pace that he's on, I don't think he can keep this.
No, so let me ask you this, Chris. If you Kawhi, why
even come back? Retire?
Why?
I think he needs to more retirement because at this point the knee is becoming too much of a problem where you didn't even play in the Olympics because of the knee. So you actually had a whole you had a whole summer off. And you start the season with inflammation, like if it's immediate when you start playing, and now it's getting to the point where you can't even make the opener, and you had an entire summer off to recover. I think it's time to start considering, like, hey, I might not have it anymore.
Can I still do this?
Can I still do this? Can I still do this at a high enough level where I feel like I'm not cheating the game? Because I don't take Kawhi for one of the ones to be like, I'm gonna stay in 20, 21, 22 years and milk it the best I can. I think he has the mentality like I'm gonna do this until I can't. And now I think there has to be the time to think like, is this the time where I can't do it anymore?
I agree 100%.
That's fair. My teams might be a little bit different. I thought that I had higher expectations for whatever the Pelicans were going to be in the West. But part of that is because DeJounte Murray gets injured game 1. he breaks his hand game 1. And to see, I wanted to see what that a true point guard in that offense with Brandon Ingram and Zion, of course, Herb Jones, all those guys.
Does Zion start?
Does he start?
No, I'm saying like did he start the season?
Yeah, he playing. He's playing. He's been playing decent, but B.I. has been the best player on the team, huh?
He gonna give you a solid 25 games.
Yeah, New Orleans ain't going nowhere with the Muffin Man leading them, but go ahead.
Do you know the Muffin Man?
The Muffin Man? But yeah, I think they're in trouble. Also, man, watching the games, who is scaring me the most is probably the Pacers in the East.
Sure.
Scaring you good or scaring you bad?
They just lost tonight. They just lost to New Orleans.
Bad. Like they lost to New Orleans. But Tyrese Halliburton, he got comfortable, I guess, after that run that he had in the beginning. Then they got Siakam and they made a run. Siakam looked good, especially in the playoffs. But the start of the season, Tyrese looks like he's deferring, maybe. I don't know.
First of all, Mathurin better than Tyrese, and Tyrese is actually Michael Carter Williams 1.5.
Yeah,
thank you for saying it, but
that's kind of rough.
I don't know if he's that bad.
Evan Turner is on record
that way.
Evan Turner is on record saying, growing up is realizing that Tyrese Halliburton is mid.
Listen, I wanted to say that too, but I didn't want to say it because guess what?
Michael Carter Williams is
That's coming from a
egregious.
lesbian mid
saw
player.
that.
Woo!
Listen,
That's crazy.
One of my friends posted that.
Like listening to Dan Orlovsky about quarterbacks. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Wait. Hold on.
I'm
Dan
like, wait,
Orlovsky
Evan
actually
Turner
be
said
having some
this?
good takes though. Dan Orlovsky actually be knowing what he's talking about.
Come
Which
on.
is crazy for somebody who didn't
Sometimes.
know where the out of bounds line was.
can't-
That just tell you how hard it is to play in the NFL, bro. Because Dan Orlovsky couldn't do it, but he's smart when it comes to ball.
He's smart when he talk about ball, but
yeah,
you got to know where the boundaries are, my boy.
Well, you know,
right.
one of the best quarterback coaches, for all players, he coached NFL quarterbacks, college quarterbacks, everybody is Carson Palmer's brother.
Jordan. Yeah, he did.
Jordan
He's
Palmer.
a quarterback coach. Yeah.
Yeah, he is.
Well, look, just so Zoe can finish his take, let me throw him this lob. 7 seconds left. New Orleans is up by 7 points, about to beat the Pacers.
What Tyrese?
The leading scorer is Mathurin with 19 points. Tyrese Halliburton, 33 minutes, 2 for 8 field goals, 1 for 6 3 points, negative 19 plus minus 11 points, 11 assists, 2 turnovers.
That's
scoring wise, he is inconsistent.
That man is. After the. Let me tell you, after the All-Star break, he made the All-Star game last year. They was ready to crown him. But he is who I thought he was.
Yeah.
Michael Carter Williams is.
I don't think he's that bad. No, I don't think he's Michael Carter Williams. And Michael Carter Williams, I don't think he's that bad, but I don't think he's what everybody tried to make him out to be. And it showed in the second half of the season. If you look at the numbers from the second half, he's a extra regular player. You know what I mean? Like,
is he comfortable, or is he just
comfortable on JJ Reddit's podcast, the young man in the 3 interviewing Obama. His mind is he's preoccupied. You podcasting during the season and you looking like crap.
And taking pictures with snow.
One-time All-Star. He won't make it again. Cal Korver will have more All-Stars than him when it's all said and done.
Oh my God.
Hey, we're gonna clip this tonight.
He's harsh.
God, harsh. He is harsh.
Hey man, he might be right too. He might be right. I'm watching him, and that's the team that I'm scared for. Like y'all, you know, that match with the Celtics is probably y'all gonna be the highlight of these years. Like that other Pacers team, the highlight was that matchup against the Heat. Like I think this is the decline of it. Siakam ain't young. Like he been in the league for a long time, and we thought they had a nice duo, but Tyrese looking like a shell of himself. So this gonna be Toronto 2.0.
What y'all think about the Grizzlies with Ja back?
They play inspired. Ja playing inspired basketball. I already forgot about the Blicky. Zach Edey. He's coming along. I like him. I like him toward the playoffs for sure. They ain't no punks.
Can they be a play-in team?
They should make the playoffs.
Yeah.
I think they're gonna make it. I love Ja Morant. I think he's going to turn everything around in this season. I believe in him.
Yeah, they should. That's gonna be no.
Yeah,
they could. Yeah, you're right, Britne. They could be a play-in. Lord have mercy.
They could.
Yeah, that's tough.
It's rough out there in the West.
That's
it's
tough.
rough out there in the West.
Yeah,
but that's better than
it's a gauntlet.
Ja Morant just makes a huge difference for that team.
Oh, he is the difference. You're right.
I think we just keep Ja Morant off camera and they'll be all right.
That's what I'm saying. No, just to the stadium and home and practice. That's all.
Put him in a bubble.
Yep.
If he's not on that court, put him in a bubble.
Yep.
All right, let's fast track it so we don't
everything.
Let's fast track it and we'll go really quick on our coach of the year. For me, it's gonna be Lee from Charlotte Hornets. I think I think he about to do a phenomenal job in Charlotte, man. I would put Lee up there for coach of the year.
Well, we know it ain't gonna be JB Bickerstaff.
I know it's not going to be Ime Udoka, but that's my pick.
It could be, yeah, that's a good pick too.
I just don't think they're going to politically. I just think he still has not. I don't know.
I hope not, Dominique, man. But I mean, that's a good.
You know what I'm saying? Like they just the way they do stuff.
Yeah, for sure.
I can't remember his name. I wanted.
Who?
the Magic coach.
Oh, yeah, could be him too.
Yeah,
for sure. He was in the running last year, wasn't he?
Jamal Mosley, you talking about? He should have been in the running last time. You talking about Mosley?
I think depending on how well they
Kenny
handle
Atkinson from
up,
Cleveland.
That's who I was going to say as well. I love the
that,
Cavs coach. He's so good.
I think
I was just thinking that.
Kenny Atkinson.
I think Daignault.
He should have got it last year.
Yeah, he should have got it last year.
He should have got it last year.
Yeah.
Come on, not Jason Kidd.
What about DJ Redick?
I'm not mad at it.
Yeah, hold on, let me. Do y'all
Yeah.
think it's low hanging fruit if Joe Mazzulla get it? Or
Oh no, Mark got it last year. OKC coach got it last year.
Get it last year.
Yeah.
Okay.
Got it last
Oh no! They gave it to Chris Finch of Minnesota.
They did.
They did. He was a finalist. It was him.
He definitely didn't deserve it.
It was Mark Daignault, Chris Finch, and
he made so many poor coaching decisions. If
Chris Finch won,
Finch got it, that's horrible.
That's tough. All right, what about rookie of the year?
Shit, yeah, Bronny.
Bronny James.
Bronny James.
Big gang.
I'm going Zach Edey, y'all, because he
getting the most consistent time. He getting the most consistent time out of all the draft picks now. So I wouldn't be mad at Edey. He starts.
He starts.
They're going to be conditioned to believe that rookie of the year won't matter this year. We'll see.
Yeah, I mean Zachary, and I mean he starts too, don't he, Zoe? Or he at least get big time minutes.
He's starting now because DeAndre Hunter is hurt. We got 5 people out already. So I mean,
Hunter's always hurt. I didn't even know he was still there.
Hurt. Yeah, he's always hurt. That's why you don't know that's why you didn't know whether he was still there. But Reese Shea don't start yet. Zach don't start, but he's been starting the last couple of games. He shows promise. But you could tell that they banking on potential. You know what I'm saying? 6'8" dude, 6'10" dude with long arms, can shoot a little bit, defend a couple of different positions. And like Mel said, he sound like Rocky Balboa. They think so.
I'm gonna give you my top 3 for rookie of the year. I think Zach Edey's one for me.
Yeah.
I would say that Dalton Connect is going to continue to get minutes, but it's off the bench, so he won't do enough to overcome what Zach Edey could do as a starter. But a long shot is Ryan Dunn in Phoenix. Sheesh.
No, I like Ryan Dunn. I like Ryan Dunn. Ryan Dunn. He's the key piece. He's a key piece.
Mm-hmm.
He's a key piece for that team.
Y'all hating,
man.
We hitting on don't stop.
Y'all hating on Bronny.
Through what they played on, they done played 5 games. Through 5 games.
Has he even played?
All right, we got it.
Can I tell you guys who my favorite rookie is?
Who?
Dalton Connect. I love watching him. The way he defends, the way he throws both his arms up from his blocks. I really love his game. I love how hard he hustles, and the way he kind of reminds me a little bit of Austin Reeves because he just kind of has that focus in him, but I like his athletic ability. I really like him.
His sneaky athlete is what they call it.
Yeah, I like Dalton Connect too, but I'm with y'all. Ryan Dunn. I love his confidence.
Man,
he do not care who's in front of him. I'm going to defend you. I'm gonna guard you tight.
He's coming out kind of like Paolo to me. The way Paolo came out his rookie year, like just super confident, ready to crush everything in front of him. So
who better around him than those dudes, like to kind of feed that confidence when you got KD and Booker. Like if they letting you play like that, then you might be like that for real. And now that he's starting to make consistent shots and defend like that, he a key piece. He's the Jalen McDaniels of this team for the Timberwolves last year. That's what he is. That's what he is.
That's good.
Guys, I have to tell you one thing too. I hate to bring this up, but the Lakers shot 36 free throws tonight. I'm sorry, 40. No, I'm sorry. They shot 41 free throws tonight, and they beat the Raptors by 6 points. And the Raptors, just take a wild guess how many they shot.
7,
10,
2,
12,
close, 13. So
13.
Yeah, that's crazy.
That is
they didn't even shoot 50%. They didn't even get to 20. The Lakers shot 41.
Yeah,
That's a one-sided game
That's crazy, bro.
when it comes to calls.
But the fact that you got 40, you hold on, plus what? Almost 30 plus free throws, and you only won by 6.
They made 36 free throws tonight.
without Scotty Barnes too.
That's crazy.
So look, we go get through defensive player of the year and MVP. We go shut it down. We're not gonna get our football topics, y'all, because I mean we had too much fun with
everything
with the
else.
basketball. Yeah, it was so defensive player of the year.
It ain't that man. It ain't him.
No, it's probably not gonna be him. But how about Wemby?
Running?
So I was gonna say Wemby.
How about Wemby?
I got AD, Wemby, and Chet right now.
Yeah, Chet gonna be in the running.
Chet will be in the running.
I've got Wemby and Chet.
Don't forget Bam.
I love Bam Adebayo.
Don't forget. Now it might depend on how their team does, but he's a good defender.
I think Bam gets slept on every year for that award, but he's a good defender and he can defend. He can guard on the perimeter.
People also sleep on the Cavaliers players. They don't get enough love for their defense.
Mobley and
Jarrett
Allen
Allen and Mobley, they are a great defensive duo.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Can't forget about SGA too. High caliber defender out of the guard spot.
Yeah,
averaging I think 2.5 steals a game.
Mikal Bridges, I think, is going to make noise.
We can't forget about Rudy.
Yes, we can. Yes, we can.
The NBA won't, unfortunately.
He and I stand on this, man. He one of the worst 4-time defensive player of the years I done ever seen.
Man, he won them. He won them things fair and square. Maybe not last year, but he's a good defender, man. You just because you're a good defender don't mean you can switch out on the screen on any wing player.
Yeah.
Like they switching and say, "All right, Rudy, you got him." That's not what he's a shot blocker. Nobody asked Mutombo to switch out on no screen and guard Tim Hardaway
at the top of the player of the year. That's exactly why he can't be defensive player of the year. AD is a big man. He can guard the perimeter. He can guard the wing. Why can't Rudy Gobert guard the wing at his size? He should be.
That's because that's not what he's good at. That's just like saying, all right.
I don't think he's depoy.
No, not this year. I don't think he'd get it this year.
Not any of the years.
And I don't think he deserved it last year. I think last year it could have been AD. It could have been Wemby. But the ones he did get, especially in Utah, he earned them joints. He was shot blocking at the rim. That's all you can ask for 7-footer to do. A 7-footer is not supposed to be stepping out just because AD can do it.
You go against.
Yeah, but Hakeem can step out. David Robinson can step out, but Ewing can't. Shaq can't. Lonzo probably can't. But just because somebody can do it, don't mean all 7-footers have to do it. Rudy is not supposed to be stepping out, guarding no perimeter on the island.
I'll give you 2 of his DPOIs, not 4.
Not definitely not
at
4.
least be doing okay against the guys you were defending. That's my thing. Like some of the star guys that you're defending, in my opinion,
you get cooked. You tend to get cooked.
Like who?
I understand. Jokic? Like you're going to get scored on and all that, but when you go against these guys, you look horrible.
That's your matchup.
I think AD in the blender a couple times too.
Any big time center.
Ain't no such thing. It's only 2.
I was gonna say it.
Okay, Embiid and Jokic. Well, that's who you getting measured against then.
Really?
That's interesting.
They're going to score. I understand they're going to score, but you ain't got to look like straight boo-boo 20 every time you go against them.
But he's a traditional big though.
Yeah, I think we got to go back to. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
You said we got to go back where?
No, I'm just saying we got to go back to Utah. His first 2 that he won. I'm not saying I definitely am not saying he deserved the last one he won last year. The one before that, I don't even remember. But his first 2 in Utah, we all thought he was a great defender.
Yeah, he kind of charaded us. I'll give you the first 2 in Utah.
This is recency bias because all of a sudden they're starting to switch everything. We didn't do Shaq like that. When they set a screen for Shaq, the Lakers just got cooked because Shaq couldn't get out there and guard the perimeter. No one said switch Shaq. Now you got Chauncey Billups 1-on-1 on the island and go ISO. Shaq would have looked like a horrible defender if they did that. But instead,
I think Shaq would look better than Gobert though.
Right.
No, he didn't. No, he was 100 times worse than Gobert on the perimeter. In LA, that's the reason why they lost in LA
In LA,
to
he
Detroit.
he had done got up to damn near 400 pounds.
I think
I'm
this is a
not-
good point right here. We forget that they had some very good wing defense in Utah as well. So it wasn't like there was too much getting down.
Name him, because last time I remember, Mike Conley was the point guard, and he's my size. Who was he defending on the wing?
Mike Conley is a very good defensive point guard.
Really, Mike Conley and Donovan Mitchell was defending.
Okay,
You still had Jordan Clarkson.
No, they didn't, and he's not defending either. And he was off the bench. They had Mike Conley and Donovan Mitchell. They were not defending.
Who were their wings?
Mike Conley and Donovan Mitchell. And Royce O'Neal was the other one coming up. Yeah, and he was a defender, yes, and still is
3-and-D, yeah.
But Mike Conley and Donovan Mitchell was cones.
Was Favors there with Rudy on them first two? Who was the four?
He wasn't starting at the four.
Wasn't starting.
He came off the bench probably.
Yeah, he got 3 with the Jazz.
Shit. He's a good defender in the paint. That's what
he's a rim protector. That's what he is.
What he's good at.
Which is what Mutombo was.
Exactly.
And Mutombo's in the Hall of Fame for doing just shot blocking.
Yeah, defensive player of the year. So it's fair. Like I said, Rudy, he earned them. I don't think he should have won it last year, but those ones in Utah, you got to respect.
I'm not. I didn't then, and I won't now.
Hold on. Ricky Rubio, Donovan Mitchell, Joe Ingles, Derek Favors, Rudy Gobert was your starting 5.
Yeah.
And you had Jay Crowder, Alec Burks, Royce O'Neal, Dante Exum, Thabo Cephalosha, and then the last 2 don't matter.
Ricky Rubio,
that was
Donovan
decent
Mitchell, and
that was decent.
Mike Conley. No, it was not.
Not in the guard play.
All of those minutes on the wing was going to Mike
wing
Conley
either.
and Donovan Mitchell and Ricky Rubio. That is not defense, bro.
And Joe Ingles was your 3. Yeah, that wasn't
Joe.
defense.
That's not defense.
You know what that was? Quinn Snyder running that offense and finding out Donovan Mitchell is a hell of an athlete, and we gonna let Joe Ingles shoot 3s on the side. He ran a good offensive system, and Rudy just cleaned up the mess.
A lot of blocks. He
lot of
was
blocks.
averaging almost 3. What you want him to do?
It's same roster for the.
Somebody's in the comments say he's not better than Ben Wallace defensively.
Of course he's not.
No, he's not.
No.
I don't think nobody said that.
No.
But
Do
the
we
fact
remember
that he
those
has
first
4
2
defensive
years?
player of the years like Ben Wallace.
Ben Wallace,
is
that's
a
the
problem.
problem. I think that's where the
Yeah.
problem lies.
That's what I'm
Because
saying.
okay,
Those
that's what
first
you said,
2
Dominique.
years. Excuse me. Zoe, we supposed to be twins, Zoe. We about to fight. we about to
we got to be close to 3 hours. I know we are.
Dang. I'm glad you're not a single guy, because if you were, you got yourself in trouble real quick, didn't you?
I would have been dead. I would have been
We
dead.
got caught quick.
Caught up.
But I definitely think he's definitely not. He's not going to be in the running this year. I think if Wemby and Chet and even AD can kind of keep the pace they going on, that'll be the 3 that's just rotating throughout the season. SGA included. If they start showing some guards some love again.
I don't think that they're gonna have. Well, Marcus Smart won it, so
yeah.
Do we know the first 2 years when he won the Defensive Player of the Year? Do we know who he beat out?
I can look that up.
I can look it up.
Can we remember
go
that?
ahead, go ahead and look it up.
I'm looking it up real quick.
Young Disciple must have went and rewind the tape. He talking about a rebound. I said something about an hour ago.
Who gives a F about the rebound being impressive? Hey, look, bro.
So okay, and one more.
I'm trying to
Man,
think.
we did.
So in 2018 when he won, it was him. AD was 2 with the Pelicans, and Joel Embiid was 3. In 2019 when he won, Marcus Smart was 2nd, and Giannis was 3rd. And in 2021 when he won, this will tell you a lot. Ben Simmons was 2nd, and Draymond Green was 3rd. And then last year was him. I think Wemby was 2nd.
Was it Bam? Was it Bam last year? Was 3rd? No.
Bam wasn't never in the top 3.
No. Was Bam last year? I think it was Bam last year that he
Was
Yeah,
it
it
Bam
was
last
Rudy. It was Rudy, and then Bam second, and then Wemby third.
Wemby third. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
That third year is ew.
All right.
Rudy.
All right, man. Y'all want to end it? Y'all want to try to do our picks for week 9 and do this Troy Aikman thing? What y'all want to do?
I'm on with y'all on.
I'm on with
That's
y'all.
up to y'all.
Yeah, hold on.
Got to see.
Better question: are we post gaming tonight?
I got
It's
one scheduled.
Friday.
If we post gaming, we could probably just kill it. If we not, then we could,
Yeah, I think we should post game if y'all want to. It's up to y'all.
I'm with it. I got one scheduled.
Shoot, I'm cool.
Okay, easy. All right, so we'll end.
It's Friday.
Wahlberger, they did do
I'm
Wemby
ready.
dirty last year. I think he very well could have won Defensive Player of the Year and Rookie of the Year.
All
I
right.
was only gonna give him one.
All right, man. Thank y'all for hanging out with us, man. Let me make sure we didn't get. We missed the super chat. Go watch the Mavs versus T Wolves. They kept passing the ball until someone got ISO on Luka, then went and scored. That doesn't happen to Jokic.
Whoever offense on Luka.
Mouse in the house. May I have this dance?
May I?
May I have this?
May I have this dance?
He definitely had Rudy Gobert out there tap dancing.
All right, y'all. We'll try to do better on the time next week so we can get to the football, man. We missed all the football, man. But it is what it is. We'll catch you on the next stream. Catch you on the post game. Peace.